Because I need to know.
Well, also, I would like to have my...
We don't have stuff done.
I would like to have my show notes of it. I I just wanted to have my show notes.
He said, me.
You're not even gonna look at. Hey guys, welcome.
Fine,
All
hey,
right.
here you go.
Why would you go back to Maine?
Yeah.
Come on.
Come on.
Gary.
on.
You got one job, Gary.
All right. Obviously, every day is a new day for all of us.
Yeah, come on,
because
Gary.
we got people like JonnyG on the mic who operates at half the speed of a normal American. Johnny, how you doing today?
Oh, I'm
Slow.
I could be better. I could be better.
Yeah, we think.
is that?
We think he's blown up.
Yeah.
Is he coughing? Is you sick?
Yeah.
Is that a sick
It
mic?
must be sick. Yeah.
That's
a
what you were
sick
working
mic.
on? Jesus
No.
Christ.
That is funny. All right. Steve, how you doing today?
I'm great. We're good. We are good.
You're left cam, I think.
I'm on this cam. Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, your wheels.
We're doing okay. We are.
you
We're
look like,
we're
you
slow
look
this
like
morning.
one of the.
Oh God, look at that.
You look like one of the Lord of the Rings guys.
Oh, Gimli? Yeah, thank you.
You kind of do right
Yep.
now.
Yeah, that's all right. I'll take that.
All right.
That's
He
a win.
likes- Does your wife say I want to be with Gimli? Is that
No, she says it tickles her.
all right?
Ah,
That being
Valentine's
said,
Day.
good morning to everyone. Welcome back. Please like and subscribe if you can. Share. I would appreciate it. I'm sure Steve would appreciate it, and so would John. We're going to do our best here today to keep you guys updated on everything that's been going on in the NFL.
You
and
will
we're
be
gonna talk
disappointed.
a little bit about the NFC. John, can you please put me on my camera?
Yeah, John, please. The camera.
Literally,
Go
I'm
on.
talking.
Go on,
Yeah.
John. Go on.
All right. So
Damn
we're
it.
going to try to keep you guys updated on everything that's going on in the NFL. I'm going to kill somebody today. All right. My morning's been good.
No, it hasn't.
Throwing that out. No, my morning's actually been good.
That's
I got here early. I got stuff set up early.
Yeah.
We got Guess That Player done today.
Bad
So
liar.
we're moving pretty well today. That being said, everybody you've talked to, we've already seen Johnny. We've already seen Steve. Steve's doing a little bit of last minute show prep today. We love him for it because he's making sure that he has everything accurate.
Yeah, good luck.
Johnny, can you do me a solid, though? We're going to go over what's in the news for the past 2 days. Let's see what we got here, Johnny. What do we got to start? Right. So we got Eric Bieniemy, who's supposed to be finalizing his deals over in Washington.
Fraud.
So that, like we talked about this the other day, that's just kind of a transfer of responsibilities. He goes from Kansas City to Washington, and hopefully this is the area where he makes his name, because everybody says the reason he's not getting a coach opportunity is because everybody believes that Andy Reid is the guy.
Exactly.
And Bieniemy is just a puppet head.
He is a puppet.
What else we got in the news?
We got Derek Carr as well.
All right, Derek Carr just met with the Jets yesterday. I'm sure he's going to meet with every team that's looking for a quarterback for the next week, just because he's going to figure out what's best for him. Everybody kind of believes the Saints are kind of the leading team, but he's going to meet with the Jets. He might meet with the Colts. He might meet with a couple other teams out there. So we're going to hold off and see what other news we're getting from there. What else
Do you
we got?
think the Jets are a good fit for him though?
Yeah, I think the Jets are, like, if you're going to land a guy, I don't like Hackett as his OC, but if
I
you're
don't
going to
either.
land a guy, I think I actually compared Derek Carr to a poor man's Aaron Rodgers. Essentially, I think they kind of are equivalent.
Okay. I mean, I don't hate that actually.
I think so. If Hackett can do it, I think he can do it with Derek Carr. So, and Derek Carr's never had top talent. He's always had good wide receivers, but he never had, like, till this year, Devontae Adams.
Right.
Okay.
So, the last guy he had broke a speed record on and off the field. So,
Henry Ruggs.
Oh man. Wah, wah, wah.
all right. Justin Fields is incapable of playing
my God,
in
that's-
warm weather, or is incapable of playing outside of a dome. Apparently, he says it's hard to. What did he say?
He said that it's difficult to adjust to Chicago.
So he can't
Come
acclimate
on.
to Chicago weather, even though he played in Columbus, which I'm pretty sure if you look at a map, they're on the same longitude.
I
It'd be
mean,
kind of funny, right?
it's
They get the same weather.
guys. Chicago gets the same weather.
No, maybe not as Columbus. Definitely as Northeast Ohio.
I mean, come on though.
Yeah. So, but the point is, like, if
no,
you keep,
Chicago's much higher.
yeah, that's why I'm saying Northeast Ohio. I think that's right. I think where we live is where the cold weather is. So if he would have came to Cleveland, he'd have been hurting just as much. So pretty much anywhere south of Chicago he can play. Sounds like he needs to just man the hell up.
You're right.
What else we got out there? This is the Alvin Kamara.
Yes.
Who got indicted? Is it all?
Kamara and 3 others.
All right, so we don't know the 3 others. So This probably has some fantasy aspects to it. For all you out there that have Kamara, that are in a keeper league or a dynasty league, this might be a place where you watch this kind of go all season until your draft comes up in August, September. If you're in a dynasty league, this might be, if no one else in your league has seen this, you might want to just go, hey guys, get rid of him, move on, trade him for a first or second round pick if you can get that.
Yeah, do you think you get that now?
I think you can get a second. I don't know if you can get a first, especially with Bijan.
I'd say second.
There, I think you can get a second. You might be able to pull 2 seconds out of it because he's still going to play for 2-3 more years.
I mean, maybe.
So,
after he gets out of jail.
What did Brandon say? Carr to the Jets, barring Rodgers. Yeah, I mean, when Rodgers comes out of his hole, we'll all find out what's going on in the NFL.
Yeah, whatever.
And then he also said, watch your mouth. He's always had quality wide receivers.
I said that. I said he's always had good wide receivers. He just hasn't had top of the line until Devontae Adams. I didn't disagree with that.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Well, Amari Cooper, they got rid of Amari Cooper like after his second year in the NFL.
Yeah.
I don't think he had Crabtree.
Crabtree maybe his rookie year.
I don't think he had Crabtree. Crabtree was in Tampa Bay, I think, when Derek Carr went there.
I'd have to look.
I have to look.
Yeah.
And I don't know what Cook.
Always had quality receivers. I mean, I don't know.
Who's Cook?
Yeah.
He played his whole career until Brown. Who's Cook?
Yeah, what do you mean his whole career?
Right. And Crabtree, Cooper didn't.
Please don't put cap in my chat. It's not a real word.
Anyways.
Jared Cook? All right.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so you're going to reach out on that limb. All right.
Yeah.
We're saying Jared Cook's a good receiver now, apparently.
Apparently.
All right.
Apparently he's a quality receiver.
Num. Eating that one.
We'll just keep going.
All right, so what else we got? Oh, this is the re-signing for defensive lineman.
Tonga.
You can't say his first name?
No.
All right, probably Kyrus.
Come on.
It's Kyhyiris.
It's probably Kyrus.
I think they actually pronounced it Chris.
It could.
If I
think you're right. It's Chris Tonga. I think it is Chris Tonga.
If I remember hearing it now, God, please don't hate me. I think it's
Please.
actually pronounced Chris.
All right, so Chris Tonga is back on Minnesota.
That's a hell of a way to do that.
That's a great signing for them, especially with them picking up the defensive coordinator they have now.
Yes.
So that'll help them move forward.
Seattle has a lot of promotions. Nolan Teasley is now the assistant GM. Matt Berry is now the senior director. Aaron Heinlein is now the director of college scouting. And Willie Schneider is now the director of pro personnel.
First off, Brandon, Jared Cook's not a good receiver. So when you say Cook, none of us are thinking.
And wasn't Jared Cook a tight end, not a wide receiver?
Whoa. We're all supposed to be what? Fantasy football guys? Is that what that is? Yeah, no. This isn't a fantasy football show.
Well, it can be, but it's more football than fantasy.
Yeah.
Right. But the whole Seattle thing, at least we're promoting within, right?
Right.
One of the best tight ends the past 10 years? Okay, so we're blind.
Yeah, we're not getting into that.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure like Zach Ertz is out there.
Yeah, right. Zach Ertz. Zach Ertz is one of the best tight ends the past 10 years.
Okay, you need to go. Now you're talking out your butt. I appreciate you being there, though. All right.
Stats?
Texans expected to hire Shane Day as their senior offensive assistant. He was previously with L.A., with the Chargers as their passing game coordinator and QB's coach.
Okay.
That happened a couple days ago, right?
Yeah.
Because we did talk about that, I think.
I thought we did talk about that.
This post happened yesterday.
Oh,
my God.
So maybe the hiring finalized, because I thought we did talk about that.
Maybe I had that in one of my dreams.
Me and you both.
Yeah. Oh, my God. We're sharing dreams now? It is meant to be.
All right.
Sorry, Sarah.
Panthers agreed to terms with Todd Wash as their D-line coach. He was the D-line coach with Detroit, so he's just...
Why you guys stare me down? Is it because I like the Lions? Maybe. Is it because I like their story?
That's maybe because you have a golf jersey.
I do have a golf jersey.
That says...
It doesn't. The Chinese flipped it up.
Maybe he's doing the same thing as Bieniemy.
You know what? You have a shirt thing.
No, it's not the same.
Maybe we'll put
these are the good jerseys that are stitched in.
We're gonna have we'll have someone stitch it in, and it'll say golf, and underneath it'll say Roger's dad. We'll make sure.
So
all right, is that all you have?
And then Vance Joseph is no longer hired with the Arizona.
Yeah, did you hear they're
no longer employed?
Did you hear they're reaching out to the quarterback coach from Cleveland to hire as DC?
Really?
Or was it their OC? No, I think it's to hire as their OC. Arizona's reaching out to Cleveland's quarterback coach to hire as their OC.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't remember the guy's name. I thought I wrote it down yesterday. There's a couple like Philly's promoting from within. I don't know if we talked about that on Wednesday. Philly is promoting, I think
I thought we did. I thought because
their linebacker coach or something like that, moving him to DC.
Because we were giving props to like guys getting hired from within because the Browns don't do that.
Drew Petzing.
Yeah, that's the quarterback coach coming from Cleveland.
Yes.
Yeah, so they're reaching out to him for an interview for OC.
Yeah, per heavy.com, Browns QB coach Drew Petzing interviewing with Cardinals. The coaching changes could extend to the offensive side of the ball as well, with quarterbacks coach Drew Petzing interviewing.
Yep.
Yada yada.
Yeah, so there's a bunch of things that went on in the NFL yesterday. Along with the Aaron Jones restructuring his deal, he's getting instead of getting 12 or 16 million overall, which was unguaranteed, he's getting 11 million guaranteed, and I think he extended it for 2 years. I think it's this year or next year now.
I think something like that.
And then, yeah, we don't know what's going on with Aaron Rodgers, so we can't even talk about that one. So, when Aaron Rodgers comes out of his hole, I'm sure we'll keep you guys aware.
Is he still in his hole?
Yeah, he's still in his dark hole.
My God, it's been that.
Well, no, Wednesday was his last showing with McAfee, and then I think this weekend he's in his hole.
Gotcha.
Ow.
Good luck, buddy.
So I think that's kind of all that's going on there. What do you mean good luck? He can't hear you.
I know, but I'm just saying.
He's in his hole.
Maybe what do we either call him? The Hat Man? Stay away from the Hat Man.
I think that's kind of it in news.
Other than DeAndre Hopkins.
So that's rumors. So
right.
I don't even know if I want to go rumors. We did hear the DeAndre Hopkins violated his contract, so he got
with the PEDs.
Yeah, he got with the PEDs that automatically got rid of his no trade clause in his contract. So now Arizona can look to moving on from DeAndre Hopkins. And I'm sure we're going to talk the NFC. Well, I know we're talking the NFC today. So some of the things that we're probably going to look at is where D-Hop could land in the NFC. And then we might have some other ideas in the AFC because I think there are some pretty good AFC teams. And I actually was reaching out to Ryan. I think this could be with the Ravens moving for their head coach that D-Hop no, sorry, the OC that they hired. I think that it's like, dude.
Monken.
Thank you. I think that would actually be a good fit for a Monken style offense.
He's not going to play outside. He's too old.
Yeah,
he's never played outside his entire career. He's not going to play outside.
He's played outside, just only in away games.
And how often though? In his division, how many 5
of games a year?
Maybe
no, because San Francisco's outside.
San Francisco's outside. Seattle's outside.
It's in warm weather.
Yeah, exactly. It's in great climate.
Yeah,
maybe is Seattle with rain.
So I think the argument would be he's probably not going to go to the AFC then.
No,
probably more of an NFC team or a South team.
I mean, right? What's an AFC team with a dome? I don't know. I can't think of it off the top of my head. But
Kansas City, no. Kansas City dome?
No.
Raiders?
Yes, I think
Raiders are
Las
dome.
Vegas is now.
Yeah. They don't have a quarterback, though. I think that's the last of their needs is a wide receiver. So, I mean, there's
how much time you spend
he's
making
not
that
going back
graphic,
he's not going back to Houston. That's not going to happen. And a lot of people, there's so much bad negative juju on Houston that I don't think anybody wants to end their career in Houston. He's not going to the Saints. Green Bay, I don't see them reaching out to an old receiver. But then again,
how much cap they have?
They did get Randall Cobb.
They need a veteran wide receiver.
$18 million, I think. I think you got to have $18 million to sign him. And the question is, what are you going to give up? You know what I mean? How many draft picks do you have? Is it worth it? It's definitely a Patriots or a Baltimore signing, but if he's not going to play in cold weather,
there's no way.
But he doesn't have a choice.
He goes to New England.
He doesn't have a choice, though.
No, he doesn't.
So,
but there's no way he produces in New England.
I will say, I remember there was a sideline talk with D-Hop and Bill Belichick.
He's not the best wide receiver in the NFL, Brandon.
No, it's Jared Cook's the tight end.
Well,
he said
D-Hop's still the best wide receiver, and he knows that's wrong because he likes Diggs.
Yeah, he's just trying to be silly.
There's so many more.
Justin Jefferson's bad. Now he might be meaning like route wise, but I still think Amari Cooper's a better route runner than he is. Justin Jefferson's a better contested catch a guy than he is. At 31, hands down, there's better wide receivers than D-Hop. And if you go look at his stats, D-Hop actually struggled the last few games. And you can say it's because of injury. You can say it's because of other reasons. But D-Hop struggled. So you can say that all you want. But I do remember a conversation between DeAndre Hopkins and Bill Belichick during the season, and then Belichick really likes D-Hop. And the one thing he said, man, you looking really good out there. And D-Hop's like, I always do what I need to do.
Right.
So I do remember that conversation.
I'm just saying.
So I think that the Patriots would be a good place for him to land, especially that'd be a good guy for Mac Jones, right?
Oh yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. He's still a weapon, right? He's still an asset. He just what's the likelihood he's going to produce once the snow starts falling?
I'll put D-Hop.
I guess my question would be, how many games has he played in actual like New England weather?
Because he's
It's a good question.
What is this?
it's what Brandon wanted me to.
What?
I'm making a graphic for it. Just keep talking.
You're good. But I mean, that'd be a real good question. You'd have to go look at his career and see what D-Hop's done in cold weather. But he was an AFC team, right, in Houston. So he played cold weather teams twice a year.
Yeah, I mean,
Brandon, I can't even use that screenshot because you have KJ's face plastered through half those names. So,
what names? What is he saying?
it's
for that picture he sent for
weather.
Jared
Oh,
Cook.
okay, all right.
Jared
So this
Cook
is
being
like
one of the top
it's like
veterans.
Ryan and OBJ.
Well, show
you're
me.
oblivious.
Just show me
Okay.
what you got. I mean, Jared Cook was good, but he's not a top 10, especially when he was in, because you have to think about who was there. You got to think about Gonzalez. You got to think about Jimmy Graham at the time. You got to think about Gronkowski at the time. Like, you got to think about who these guys were in when Jared Cook was there.
Yeah.
I don't think he was maybe top 10, maybe. But that's not saying a lot when tight ends then there was only like 2 guys that stood out. So maybe 3. So, and Vernon Davis was around that time. Like,
Yep.
come on. Like, there's no way. Oh, there was somebody in... why can't I... No, Tony Gonzalez was on the Chargers.
Tony Gonzalez was on...
Who was on
he
the
was on the
Chargers?
Chargers.
Who was on the Chargers?
That was Gates.
Antonio Gates.
Yep.
Yeah, like, come on. Come on.
I mean, that was back when... I mean...
I agree D-Hop's got great hands. I don't disagree with
Oh,
that.
he does. His hands are immaculate.
And I think that's... Like, he filled in very well for when Fitzgerald left. I think D-Hop did everything he needed to do, plus some, on that team.
I mean, D-Hop's more athletic, but...
D-Hop's not
Fitz-
playing until he's 40.
No.
No.
I don't think so.
So, all right. I don't have anything else there. Let's get into the meme. Well, we'll see what we got because Johnny, it's been a slow season. You got some memes?
I have some hidden in the
God.
sleeves for a bit.
Oh, geez.
Oh my God!
Mr. Worldwide!
How do you put Serena Williams? Didn't the argument used to always be Tiger?
Hold on.
Right.
It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up. Okay, she's not
Right.
above Tom.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
It's counting down.
Oh, okay. So I couldn't read the numbers. Who's 5 is Serena Williams, 4 is Tom Brady, 3 is Babe
Is
Ruth.
that Teddy
Babe
Bruschi?
Ruth is not athletic. Never was.
No, he's not.
Come on.
Come in.
Muhammad Ali, I'd put there. What's the one?
Me during recess. That's funny as
So
shit.
this is pure joke. This is
Yes.
pure joke. Okay.
Wait, hold on. Is that Teddy Bruschi?
Yeah. No, is it?
Yeah, I think that's Teddy Bruschi.
That might be Teddy.
So
That's pure joke.
This is post stroke Teddy. Sorry, buddy.
I don't know how long ago this picture was taken and everything.
Oh man. I mean, Serena at 5 still though. I'm sorry. I don't see it.
Hey, Brandon, you can't just take out Shannon Sharp.
Oh.
Right.
He's like, you take Sharp out, Newsome, Smith, he's top 10 during his era. Stop. You can't just take players out.
He's just sending messages now?
Yeah.
Why don't you get in chat? Why aren't you in
Anyways.
chat?
He is in chat.
Second one is that
He's right there.
The second one is that the NFL is no longer satisfied with America. And it's the NFL announcing 2 games in Germany, and that's why it's Mr. Worldwide.
I just thought it was
Apparently
funny.
their fandom's not a fan of them.
Right.
Wonder why that is.
Jesus Christ.
Maybe it's because we prefer Sparta over Fantasyland.
I mean, come on, man. 2 games in Germany. Why?
That's fine.
Why?
For
You're
Andy Reid
taking
to-
more home
It's
games?
just going to be
For Andy
Jacksonville.
Reid to get more bratwurst.
It's just going to be Jacksonville.
No, well, maybe. So you're taking more home games away from actual season ticket holders that are
that's-
paying shitloads
All right.
of money.
All right. So
Man, it's garbage.
Hold on. I'm going to just break this away with Ryan or
Garbage.
Brandon right now.
You're gonna break it? You're gonna break
So
'em up?
Travis Kelce, Gronkowski, Antonio Gates was in the last decade.
So then Brandon's then show all the
Jimmy
comparisons
Graham was in the last decade.
for when everyone played at that time. To
Vernon
try to
Davis
prove-
might be before the last decade.
To try to prove
I'd have
that
to take
he's
him out.
10.
Zach Ertz. I got to keep going. Hold on. Just trying to think of tight ends right now.
All right, so what? He sent that to you?
He said in the last decade, it's on the chat. My statement is he was the top 10 in the last 10 years. So the last decade, Jared Cook. Jared Reed. That's a tight end.
Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. You're talking about same yards? Hold on. Is that... So, yeah, okay, you're doing that, and
But it
Ertz
doesn't-
played, what, 50 less games? Or I'm sorry. Yeah,
that's why
sit down.
that's why I take a percentage basis half
That's
the time.
L.
And like Vernon Davis, come on.
You have Kellen Winslow at the bottom.
And Zach Ertz
still.
is better.
That's
He's
senior,
wait
I
a minute,
think.
Wait a minute. He's below all of those guys. He's not even top 10 there.
I mean, come on, Jimmy Graham, come on,
He's
dude.
not even top 10 there.
Gronk only played 143 games.
But he's
Tony
not,
Gonzalez,
dude.
270.
Oh, so he's taking.
Right.
So he's saying take Shannon Sharp out, but I don't think he's top 10 even if you take Shannon Sharp out.
Yeah, I don't
No.
think so either.
Kellen Winslow played half the career he did and had better stats.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Cook would be 11th even if you
I
took
want to
Sharp.
know.
I
Who's,
think
wanna know
that's
who's
senior.
below Kellen Winslow.
I think that's Kellen Winslow senior. I don't think that's junior.
Yeah, but he played half his career.
Yeah.
Senior only played like 8 years, 8 or 9 years.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Fringe players never make it in my top 10 list. Fringe players never do. For a guy that played 194 games and didn't put up anywhere near the amount.
Yeah, that's not.
Like, I mean, he's up there on yardage. You're giving him that. That's
Oh,
it.
there he is. There's Wheels. What's up, buddy?
We'll let Wheels take in charge of this.
Yeah, Wheels, why don't you
conversation.
just tear this guy up? Thanks.
I mean, this will be a conversation during the offseason anyways. At one point, we'll probably go through the top 10 of each position.
This is the off season.
At some point during the offseason, I said.
we are in the off season.
This is the off season, and we're going to argue with our members. We're going to argue right here and now. He said Jared Cook's a top 10 in the last decade tight end.
Ain't no way.
But that's fine. You know what? We had that little debate. We see some stats. Based on those stats for yardage per game, he's top 10. Don't agree with it. He's actually the 10th. Fringe player. And I don't know if he played, what is his last 2 years with Derek Carr.
I don't think it was productive. Grant, I don't have the stats, but
Now he's got Darren Waller, who literally hasn't produced the entire time he's been there, but 1 year.
Well, so Brandon, then find a website or something to show us that while Jared Cook was playing, that he's top 10.
No, I said Jared Cook is a fringe player.
Cook is below average. Okay, hold on. You know he's
No,
gonna do.
we're gonna continue.
Oh,
We'll
We're
let
gonna
them
go to
argue.
NFC.
Oh man,
We're gonna go to NFC.
NFC.
Yes.
NFC
Oh
talk.
man.
Since we went on the Mimo, so what we're gonna do? You want to go north, south, east, west? You want to go to
However you want to do it, baby. I'll do
You
it how
want
you
to
want
just
to
do
do it.
east because that was playoff teams most relevant.
We
Did you
can.
get the Eagles done?
Yeah, I got all of East done.
All right, so let's do the East. Let's jump in the first place team in the East, which would be the Eagles. So I'm assuming you have their free agents done. So who are
yeah.
the notable free agents for them right now?
So right now, right, they're cap. Okay, let's start there, right? Because I know people say it's a myth. It is, but you still need to make that money work somehow. Right now they're at negative 9.6. If they restructure Lane Johnson, that still puts them at negative 962, 840, right? So that's still a whole bunch. They gotta make one more move here, one more move there, but it is what it is. They'll figure that out. I mean, but coming down to like key free agents, right? You don't know if Jason Kelsey's coming back.
Yeah, but he said he would retire if they won. So
Which makes sense, right? But he's played at a high level his entire career.
he's 35. I think he's got 3 more years in him. I think he's got 3 more years.
I don't know.
It depends on what he wants, but I think he's got 3 more years. I don't think he had injury this year, and he's playing with a good offensive line right around him.
Well, sure. But I mean, so he's a free agent. Their guard, Isaac Sumalo, who's 29. Is it Sumalo?
Sumalo.
I don't know. I gotta take a class or something.
It's fine.
Oh my god. He's 29, but he's worth too much, and he's inconsistent year over year. So they might bring him back as a piece, but I'm not sure of that.
You can do something there too.
I mean, for O-line, sure.
Well, technically 31. I'm sorry. You got to pick at 31.
Because I don't think you can re-sign Bradbury, but we're going to talk about that here in a minute.
Sorry, you have a pick at 30. 30.
30.
That 32 is wrong. I haven't updated it.
Gotcha.
That's a pick at 30.
Oh, I didn't even have him. Anyway, and then you got Miles Sanders coming up. So, like, Miles Sanders, losing that, you can say whatever you want to say about him. That's still a big loss for that offense.
Actually, Johnny, that entire graphic is wrong outside of 10. Just because what happens is
With that,
Everything
with the
moves up
loss,
one.
Yeah, because they had them winning the Super Bowl. So with that loss, everything moves up 1/2 because there's no pick in the first round.
Gotcha.
So technically, they have the 30th overall pick. So they have the 62nd, the 95th, or the 94th, 220th, and 250th.
Gotcha.
So, yeah, sorry about that.
Oh, no. By all means. I got to read chat for a second, and it's just really funny. And I'm blessed. I'm blessed being able to have that
That's
opportunity.
fine. That's fine. So team needs here, right?
I mean,
so Edge.
Do you think losing Miles Sanders is big? Or do you think that they can still do it with Gainwell and
I think Miles Sanders being 25.
Scott? Yeah, he's young.
I don't think I think you need to re-sign Miles Sanders over Scott or Gainwell.
He will be 26 before the season starts.
Right. But I think you need to sign Miles Sanders over Scott or Gainwell, or let Miles walk and go draft.
I mean,
and
which they might do, right? Or
that
they
would
can
be what I
find a
would
guy. They can find a guy in free
Bijan?
agency. Who's it?
Bijan?
You're gonna draft Bijan?
If Bijan drops the 30th, I would draft Bijan. But I don't know if Bijan's going to drop the 30th. So, but I think at 10th, I think if you're drafting at 10 and let's say Kelsey's there, right? Let's say Kelsey's there.
Say he comes back.
And I think they don't pick at 10. I think they trade out.
Yeah, I think so.
But if Kels is not there,
you're gonna go Kels or Kelsey?
I'm gonna go Kels.
Okay.
And you know what? They're requesting it be said Kels. I'm just gonna say Kels.
They're requesting that again?
Yeah, I think I heard it during the Super Bowl actually.
I thought I heard that as well. One of the guys ran by Travis. And
Yeah.
Good job, Kels, or something.
Yep. So at 10, right? I think you can get the best center, but I think that's still high for a center in this draft.
It is. It's actually very high. I would not do
So
that.
I would almost trade out at 10, and if you're going to trade out, like let a team like Washington or I don't know, maybe the Steelers, because they're looking to trade up too.
Yeah, I mean, right, and they love trading up the 10 spot.
They do, and this is one of those years. I think Ryan brought it up. Like every other year, they trade up.
Yeah.
So in the last 20 years, I think he said they've traded up 10 times. Like that's pretty intense.
That is intense.
So
that's a lot.
A few, like the last few, they've traded up to the 10 spot, which I think that's just irony. But
I mean, whoever wants to move has got to move. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
I get it, and I think the 10 spot would be a perfect place for like Detroit to move up, or
to
'cause
move up
Detroit,
again. I mean, they're already
they
picking
can
at
move
6.
back and then move back up. You know what I mean?
I mean,
so I think Detroit's going to pick at 6, but I think that 18 spot they might not even want, so they either move up or move back.
I'm trying to see who else has 2 picks in the first. I know
Seattle.
Detroit, Houston, Seattle's got 2 picks.
Yeah, 20th and the 5th.
Okay, I mean, so like you got a couple teams that may do stuff.
John, can you edit that graphic while or are you still in chat? Sorry.
He's messing around in chat.
Sorry, I just know that Kansas City's 31 and Philly's 30th. So
did he say he would take? He would take
I'm not going to continue.
Jared Cook over every tight end playing right now,
Yes.
aside from Kelsey.
What about Kittle?
Right.
Oh wow!
Come on, man.
Come on.
What?
And Ertz is higher than him currently in all-time stats.
Ah.
Right, yeah. Dalton.
Like, what are you talking about?
Oof.
And Goddard's only 27, 28?
Right.
At least Ertz has proven to be a game
Mark
changer.
Andrews is 28, 29?
Waller is a bum. If we're gonna
Come
be honest.
on. Darren Waller is a bum. I don't disagree.
Roof.
Right.
Roof.
So.
Anyway, back to the Eagles.
First off, I didn't say that. Johnny said that.
So who said
you
what?
would take you would take Jared Cook over anybody currently in the
I mean,
NFL.
that's what his words say.
No, anyone playing right now aside from Kels, off the top of my head, Waller can't stay healthy.
Well, why is Waller even in that conversation? There's 10 other guys better than Waller.
I mean, Waller's athleticism is great. He really is. However, he's just.
Hawkinson's had better years than Waller.
I do.
And
like
I'm not but I'm not Hawkinson over like what Waller's ceiling could be.
That's true. I don't know. After that playoff game, he really loved Hawk. So as long as Kirk's there with Hawk, we're gonna be okay. No, I think so. Like coming to the defensive side for the Eagles, right? Fletcher Cox, old, looks like an affluent ant. dresses like a woman.
You keep bringing that up.
Robert Quinn, they traded for him from the Bears. He's also old. Brandon Graham, old. Brandon Graham produced unlimited snaps, though. So if we're being honest, he produced a lot better than people would give him credit for. Unlimited snaps.
And Sue's not coming back next year, I don't think.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I think he was only there for the ring this year. Jordan Davis is going to take a huge
Cook
step
over
up.
Goddard and Schultz.
Stop it.
Sorry,
Stop it.
my God, you're just playing.
Well, I
now.
would take Cook over Schultz.
I wouldn't.
Schultz has only had one good year, but I'd take Gesicki over Cook. I just think he hasn't been utilized. So but the thing is, we're talking career stats over guys that have already produced.
Yeah.
So
that's not.
you're talking guys that are at the beginning of their career. Schultz has been there for 5 years, so he's still got the rest of his career to play. Cook played for 14 years, so why don't we see where Cook lands at the end of this tight end era?
All right, that's fair. They have a lot of talent on the D line, except that talent is all ancient. They're all past prime. They're all old. If you're gonna bring one back, you can bring Brandon Graham back for cheaper. According to Spotrac, his current market value is 5.7. I mean, you might be able to get a team friendly, but I mean, you still got to make a lot of money moves. You still got almost $1 million under in cap after a restructure with Lane. And then, in my opinion, Chauncey Gardner-Johnson at safety, you got to bring him back. You have to bring him back.
So, what do you see them doing at 10 then?
First they got to figure that cap out. They got to figure their cap out.
Well, yeah, but I mean, do you think the 10 pick is worth $4 or $5 million for the year?
Yeah.
So do you see them trading out of the 10 pick?
I think that because they're losing,
and this is still early, I get it.
But they're losing defensive starters. They're losing a lot of talent on their D line.
And they have really old corners too.
I mean, Robert Quinn. They might re-sign Robert Quinn. They might try and do that. Their corners.
31 years old.
Slay's old. Slay's older than people think.
Mm-hmm. No, he's older than you think.
What do you mean by people? I mean, I'm not talking about you and I. I'm talking about I didn't realize how old he was.
You were the one that didn't realize.
I didn't think how old he was. I think they're gonna try. They're gonna go defensive line there. I don't know if they can re-sign Bradbury. I don't think they have the money.
I mean, definitely a lot of restructuring because you have to figure out what's going on with Jameis Winston. Jameis Winston was just in my head for some reason.
Talking about Hurts?
We were talking about the Saints, right?
Sorry.
You have to re-sign Jalen Hurts.
You don't have to do that this year, though.
No, but you have to think about that when you're signing these guys.
Oh, I agree.
When you're doing restructures and stuff like that, you have to think about that because next year is this year his 5th year out? Yes. So this year by May 7th, they have to figure out whether or not they're keeping his 5th year option, right?
Who?
Hurts.
Hurts wasn't a first-round quarterback.
Oh, then this is his year then.
Oh, so no, this is his last
year coming up.
Oh,
so you have to either figure out a deal or he's a franchise tag. And you know what? I'm going to be honest. I might tag him next year.
I'd probably tag him.
Because I think this...
Because you still have a window. Your window is still open.
It's still open. I'm not going to say this is a fluke season.
Yes, this is last year. This is in 2023.
So
yeah, he'll be a free.
Do you think this is a fluke season for Hurts?
No, I don't think so.
Or do you think this is Hurts' potential? Or do you think there's more? Do you think he's reached his ceiling? Is this the best Hurts we'll ever see?
He's
probably.
Can I get Chad back on that?
He's a poor man's Josh Allen. That's what I would call Hurts. He has almost the exact same rushing capability.
Also.
That's
what Brandon's saying. He's at his ceiling. I mean, literally, he's had the best receivers he could have ever had. He had one of the best tight ends he ever had. I mean, he had Ertz for a year, but Goddard puts up very good numbers.
Goddard put up good numbers. If you take
best O-line he's ever had.
If you take out Miles Sanders and the actual rushing attack, because they ran the ball a bunch,
right?
They ran the ball a bunch.
I don't disagree.
And you force him to throw it more, I still think he's going to do just fine. He's still going to have 500 to 600 rushing yards. He had 700 this year. He had I think it was 11 rushing touchdowns, something like that. He led the quarterbacks in rushing for touchdowns. I think Hurts puts up similar numbers next year. I think he has to, right? Because if not, then they're looking at they're looking at a lot from his rookie year.
So the things things that I care about, because quarterback, right?
Yeah.
So 3,700 yards.
Yeah.
That's That's franchise average.
But they ran the ball a
when I say
bunch.
franchise average, I mean that's a franchise quarterback, and that's the average of a franchise quarterback. They stay around 3,500 yards
is it
for
really?
like some of your great, like your franchise guys. When they struggle to keep guys, they're around 28 to 32, 33.
Okay,
so 3,700 is what he had. 22 for 6. I think that's a very good ratio, especially when that's not including rushing. That's just passing. 22 passing touchdowns to 6 interceptions.
that's good.
And a 66 completion percentage, which was better than Mahomes this year, I'm pretty sure. 66.4. I think Mahomes was 66.3.
I do not know, but that is very good.
So
it was better than Josh Allen.
Is this? I don't compare him to Josh Allen.
I mean, the same rushing ability. It's very similar.
But I will say, like, is this?
Josh Allen just throws them more. Their offense is pass first.
Yeah,
this is not. This is not a pass first offense.
Agree. So I think this is the best Jalen Hurts could ever be. This to me is Jalen Hurts' MVP season.
Really?
I think so. I think because AJ Brown's only going to get older. I'm not saying he's going to get worse. Devontae Smith's going to get better, but I just don't know if there's enough opportunity downfield, right?
I don't know if we can say that.
No, because they're running the ball. So this is the amount of opportunity.
They limit themselves, sure, but now they're coming into it. They have a new offensive coordinator.
But based on what I saw since the postseason, right, when he got hurt, since post injury,
yeah,
he struggled with accuracy. Even though apparently his accuracy in the postseason was 66.7,
which I mean,
that's pretty good.
You can't. I mean,
but
yeah,
if you
right?
look at downfield accuracy, that's where I see the issue.
The last play of the Super Bowl was a fluke. He threw very well that game.
I'm looking at the NFC title game. He did not throw well.
With the injuries, sure, right? I mean, but you look at injuries, especially to throwing arm, it's gonna affect. If you threw a total 66% completion percentage in the playoffs as a whole with that injury, that's impressive.
Yeah, I think efficiency is. I agree, Brandon. I think this is a bit efficiency right here. I think with the efficiency of Hurts this year, this is his cap. Personally, I mean, if you had to give him stats next year, would you say he'd be around here? Do you say like Brandon saying he dips?
I think. I mean, right. I mean, obviously you're gonna expect a dip. Realistically, if they have to throw the ball more, his rushing yards might come down, and his running. I mean, if Sanders isn't there and they end up not liking the guys that they got back there, and then making a move somewhere else, they have to run the ball a lot. I mean, similar for him to be here. I would say if he has to throw it more, he's gonna be closer to 4,000 yards.
So
he's gonna have, it'll be closer to 30 touchdowns, probably 10 picks.
He rushed more last year.
He had more yards last year.
More attempts this year,
okay, but
more rushing yards last year. He averaged 5.6 yards last year and 4.6 this year. So I think it was a well-balanced offense, and I think a lot of his rushing attempts came on scrambles.
Well, sure, yeah,
which is a problem when you have Devontae Smith and AJ Brown. You can't get them open, in my mind.
So is that a play calling or is that route running? Because both of those guys are pretty good route running.
That'll be something fun to look at and a little more in the offseason because Steichen just became the Colts head coach.
Yeah.
So if that means it was because of the offense, man. that means the Colts are in for a rude awakening again.
Yeah, that's gonna be goofy. That's gonna be bad.
I'm gonna have to look at that one. So, we'll move on from Philly on this one because I agree with you. They got to figure out cap first. I think that's first. Obviously, that's every team's first need is to figure out their cap situation. Then I think they have to figure out Jalen Hurts. Got to make Jalen happy, whether it's keeping him or giving him some type of verbal guarantees.
Well, with that injury he took this year, because he took it after when he was getting tackled.
He came back and played well still.
He did. But what realistically, a rushing quarterback, a quarterback that does scramble.
I think if you sign him now, early, for a 3 or 4 year deal.
Before he's worth more.
Before he gets
if
better.
he has another good year.
Before he gets
better. That's fair. I like that.
I think you lock him. Now, I will say this is the Browns mentality when what they did with Deshaun Watson is they said, shut up, give him the money, lock him down before everybody's contracts go up.
Yeah,
now,
that's fair.
Now Deshaun Watson's only like the 5th or 6th highest paid.
Right, because all these contracts, all these other guys got paid.
Russell Wilson, Aaron Rodgers.
And the Browns, they set a tone, and now the teams are having to pay these guys.
Yep. And they're going to say, well, you never get your full contract guaranteed, but when you guys got guys getting guaranteed like $205 million for a $300 million contract,
like
he's still making less money. So Russell Wilson's the highest paid quarterback in the NFL, and God knows he was the best quarterback last year.
So good, dude.
So,
pay Lamar his money. Okay.
So let's move on to the next team in that division, which this is going to be another talking point, just because. How about them Cowboys?
How about them Cowboys?
And them Cowboys.
Dak is done. Okay, that's.
Oh, I put that in my graphic.
Oh my lord.
Sorry, guys. I did not. I
This
forgot I put that. I forgot I put that in my. I put that in my graphic 4 weeks ago.
For a month ago, this guy. All right. I mean, the Cowboys for the cap, right? They're starting negative. They're starting pretty negative. Negative 10.6. If they want to go positive, all right, I was able to do some numbers on Spotrac anyway. They have to restructure Dak, Zach Martin, DeMarcus Lawrence, Zeke, and Gallup.
So on the positive note, right?
That moves them to 32.1
They
positive.
lose Noah Brown.
Yeah.
They lose Cooper Rush, which that could be a dangerous one for them if people are looking to try with that guy. He had a good game. He had good stretch? He was like 3-0 or 4-0.
Yeah, I mean I was 3-1 or so. I think he
Wasn't the
actually
best
lost
stats.
this year.
They were mediocre stats, but a very good game manager.
Yeah.
And they lose Brett Maher, which we can all talk about Brett Maher because that's hilarious that he's gone.
It is funny.
Jerry Jones gets lucky on that one. He doesn't have to worry about re-signing a guy who pretty much lost him the entire thing.
Oh man, yeah, he did.
That's almost worse than the double doink.
That is almost worse.
But now let's talk about their free agent in Van Der Esch and Dante Fowler and Anthony Barr. Like these three guys on their defense, what does that do to their defense if they don't re-sign them?
So, I mean, I looked at those guys, and I mean outside of Van Der Esch, right? But I mean it depends on how you view linebackers. How do you view linebackers is completely different from how a GM will view a linebacker, and that's why typically they don't go first round. They don't go high first round typically, unless they're just studs. But like you look at the Steelers, they took Bush at 10, and they're regretting that because he's not that dude.
Yeah, dude,
He's an
I was
underseason.
just looking at that draft. It's pretty rough.
But like Van Der Esch is massive. He had a great rookie year. Called him the Wolf Hunter, for God's sakes.
I'm sorry, this is so off topic. Did you know we could have had Tristan Wirfs over Jedrick Wills?
Do not. What? No. Stop. We're not making this a Brown show.
I'm sorry. You brought draft.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Sorry. Go ahead. Continue. I apologize. Dallas Cowboys.
We can have Tristan Wirfs. Damn it, dude. The only guy I have them actually
stuck in your head.
because it depends on how Jerry views Van Der Esch, right? If he wants him back, he'll make it happen. If he doesn't, he should probably look to a secondary because the secondary was assholes, and they got burned all the time. Granted, it was high risk, high reward. Willis is solid, as in like Jedrick Wills. Is that what you're saying?
Jedrick is bad.
Oh my God!
Go look at his tape.
All right,
he doesn't continue plays.
Jesus Christ!
That's being in the league this long. You have to continue.
Oh man, the dude I have them targeting or should be targeting to come back is Anthony Brown's their corner. You talked about Anthony Barr. He's old. He didn't produce too much. You talked about.
So you think Barr's just let him go?
I think he's gonna be gone.
Okay.
Because you have to pay him to keep him. Who's the other guy you mentioned? Because I know I looked at him. I just Dante Fowler. He's a maybe. But if I remember right, his age is he's older.
I think you have to get Dante Fowler and Van Der Esch back if you want another chance at this defense.
The defense was good. The secondary was not.
I think you need to look at a safety, in the draft. But I think you need to find a way to keep this defense intact. It's been 2 years in a row that this defense has been a top 10 defense. And I think
were they top 10 last year?
Yeah, they were outstanding last year too.
Okay, I know Micah has changed this defense a bunch.
Well, getting to the passer helps.
Yes, and
secondary
he
always.
gets it. Even hurt, he gets there.
Yeah.
He just.
I didn't want to say top 5 just because if I say top 5 and they're on the fringe at like 6. It always screws up everything.
For the Cowboys?
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure they were around top 5 the last 2 years. So top 10 is actually an understatement.
Yeah.
But they've been a outstanding defense the last 2 years. And like Brandon said, they were number 1 in takeaways last year.
I mean, okay, so yeah, Van Der Esch is definitely key.
Standalone.
Well, Diggs gets beat, right? But Diggs gets beat when he jumps on a second move.
Right. That's his type.
But
of
he also
style.
gets a bunch of takeaways, which is what Brandon's referring to.
That's his
He
play
does
style.
get, and he does. And if he gets safety help, he's okay. And if not,
he even intercepted to Stephon Diggs in the Pro Bowl.
Yeah,
oh, did he?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That's funny. Don't throw at Diggs. I mean, no. On a double move, he gets beat every time.
You do throw at Diggs on a double move because then you're going all the way. You're going to the house. And that's
Sauce.
that's been his issue.
Okay, he doesn't watch the show.
Well, I don't think he saw any of our Sauce Gardner takes.
No. Anyway,
because none of us were a fan of Sauce being
Dak.
number one.
So you have the team needs you have the QB all the way down there. So you say Dak is done, but he's all the way down there. So you think that they're
I think you
they're
have to
content
stick,
with,
yeah.
with,
Well, it's
with
not a
Dak.
being content. I think he's still signed for the next 2 years. So I think you got to deal with it whether you like it or not.
Yeah, I mean they got to restructure him though.
I think it's a situation to where either Dak needs to get better in clutch situations.
Hey, Sauce is the best corner right now. That's funny.
Who said that?
The guy who thinks he knows football.
Oh, well, if you look at Sauce compared to other rookies that came in the league,
Oh, he said best corner.
well, that's what I'm saying. If you look at the Texans' corners,
They're comparable.
they just got hurt.
They're very good.
Just got hurt.
They're very good. And yeah, they're hurt, and they still have.
But
those stats.
I will say, I brought this up the other day. Sauce. The thing with Sauce is that he
defended.
He was great production on a team that already had a good defense.
I agree.
So I think that's what made him a standout compared to everybody's that he still produced on that defense. So
Well, sure.
we don't disagree with the Sauce statement. I mean, I think there's other corners out there that are comparable, but Sauce at his age, he's only going to get better.
I agree. Well, I mean, that's the expectation.
Yeah.
He did have a fantastic year. He absolutely played very, very well.
Brandon doesn't look at Emerson. Go look at his stats, Brandon, before you say not comparable.
Anyway,
The stats guy over here.
is he a stats guy? Anyway, the thing you could do is you could look at snaps played, and even then, it's still impressive because it's about what you do, what you produce, what you do on the field.
Yeah, Sauce had a great year.
My thing with Sauce is the 20 passes defended is
But
gross. That's good. That's very good. That is his job.
so what do you see the Cowboys doing in their draft pick? Can you bring up that?
One more time, John. Sorry.
I think they were 27th.
Their first pick is 27.
I'm still trying to adjust.
Yeah.
All right.
Their first pick's still 27th. It doesn't matter.
At
Outside of you could take the Miami one out.
at 27, I mean, so like offensive free agents like Dalton Schultz, are they going to tag him again? Probably.
I think is that a spot where you go tight end?
You could go tight end. I think
You can get your boy out of
I like Dalton Kincaid a lot. I like the kid out of Utah.
in the second round.
You probably could, but it depends on what you want to do. Is he athletic enough? Can he do it? I mean, you got Tony Pollard. Are you gonna? He already said he's gonna tag Pollard. I think that's stupid.
I think whatchamacallit going here is perfect.
Who are you talking about?
Bijan.
Oh
I think Bijan
man,
going here.
You know how many
is
times I've
perfect.
seen that mocked? I mean, even in the computer
Because it
mocks, dude,
fits
they
so
all
well.
go. It does.
It fits so well.
And honestly, with Zeke getting older,
it's not about Zeke. It's about you lost Pollard. And
but he said he's gonna tag him. Why would you tag
I
Pollard?
think he's saying he's going to tag Pollard. Well, we'll find out.
so
We'll find
it's
out March 7th.
Smoke and mirrors.
We'll find out March 7th.
Yeah.
Because the franchise tags are due on March 7th. So we will find out March 7th whether or not Pollard will be tagged, and we'll know more about this 27th pick overall.
Right.
Because I think if they tag Pollard and you already have Zeke signed, there's no reason. Is this Zeke's out year? I can't remember.
No, I think it's.
I think it's 2024.
It's
I
next
think
year.
it's 2024.
Yeah. So I think if you tag Pollard, there's no reason they would go Bijan. Now, if Bijan's at 27,
I mean, that's hard to
because
pass
he can
up.
block and you need
Yeah.
offensive line.
It's so hard to pass that up.
It is. Yeah, I don't know what you would do here. I think you would go O-line, or like you said, or say best safety maybe if the top safety in the draft is sitting there.
Zeke's a UFA in 2027.
Yeah, but his
opt-out
is
years
in
next year.
2024. It
Yeah.
should be.
Potential out 2023.
Oh, it is this year. It is this year.
Well, then why keep him? I mean, you could restructure him and save money, or you could just cut him.
Well, he said he would take less money to stay. He came out and said, "I will take less money. I want to retire in Dallas."
I mean, it looks like he's going to retire anyway. I mean, money talks, and if it is what it is, like he has not produced. He did not produce that well this year.
He's their sixth offensive lineman. We've talked about this.
I agree. He's because Tony Pollard cannot block.
No,
dude gets
which is another reason why you
manhandled.
don't keep Pollard if you Bijan's there. In my mind, the problem is the franchise tag is March 7th, and the draft is April 27th.
That's going to be interesting. It'll be
fun.
That'll be a good
fun to
follow-up
see.
show. That'll be nice.
So, you know what? Let's jump off this because I think to be honest, looking at this division,
Yeah.
I think it kind of stays the same way it was last year. Eagles 1, Cowboys 2, Giants 3, Commanders 4. Only reason, unless I see the Eagles taking a huge step back.
Can I tell you why that might not happen?
Because the Eagles losing all of their coaches.
Eagles losing their coaches. They're losing a lot. They're pretty much their entire defensive line is aged out or they're free agents.
Jordan Davis is back.
Well, that's one guy out of 4.
That's a one big guy.
He's good, but because he played limited this year, it sucked. I like Jordan Davis. I loved him coming out.
But you could build any defense around Ndamukong Suh. Jordan Davis, you can build any defense around Jordan Davis. He fills such a big hole.
I don't disagree. That's okay.
I'm not saying you don't need an edge, but I'm just saying you can put interior linemen around Jordan
Eagles have
Davis.
a pick at 10, right? Is that what you're saying? Is that right?
10 and 30.
They might take. What's their cap again? They might take a D lineman. They might take an.
They could.
I think they.
Well, they'd take an edge if there's an edge there.
They would take an edge. Could you imagine them with 2 stud D tackles? Oh my god! Oh, that'd be so good. Anyway, you want to go on the Giants? We'll hit the Giants real quick. I think, right, because we're gonna go in order. Because Daniel Jones, Shaquan, Shepard, Richie James, their center, John Feliciano, they're all free agents.
Right. So the first thing they have to do, screw the cap, right? This is one of the teams, screw the cap.
They have 41.
Right, but it's
positive.
one of the teams where screw the cap.
Yep.
I need to figure out Saquon, and I got to figure out Daniel Jones.
Do you re-sign your running back? I am anti second.
It's his first contract.
This be second contract.
First.
Second contract.
First.
Your rookie contract is your first. This is your second contract.
Oh, stop it. It's his first contract. I don't count rookies.
No. That's your contract. You do not pay running backs a second contract. However, I would make the argument that Shaquan.
This is just a start.
I do. I think that he
got 3 years coming up, I think.
I do too. I really think that he actually can
Did you
do
hear
that.
what he said the other day?
What Shaquan said?
Yeah. I want to be like Adrian Peterson.
Ooh.
I want to be one of the greats of all time.
I mean, like, don't get me wrong. I think isn't that what they all want?
I think they all want that, but I don't think they all are determined like Saquon is.
Do you
the
think?
amount of
words are
energy
words.
he put in, but the amount of energy he put into coming back for 3 years.
I like
CMC's the
Shaquan.
same way. CMC's the same way.
I like Shaquan over CMC long term.
Ooh, I think I like
size.
Yeah, but durability, I don't know. I don't know. You know what? That's a fun one to watch.
Water bet.
Well, CMC now that he's in San Fran, I'll take Saquon all day.
Yeah. Once you go
to San Fran, you might as well just bury a grave.
Just start digging a hole.
Injury. But yeah, you got to figure out these two guys, right?
Yeah.
Cap.
You have to. I mean, right? Sterling Shepard, he's coming off an ACL, and now he's coming off an Achilles. It's wait. Is that Patrick Peterson?
Stop.
Is he talking all time?
Stop.
Is he talking all time or last year?
Stop.
Is he talking last year?
Let him and Wheels go at it.
Jesus
So
Christ.
hold on. So Sterling Shepard, Richie James ain't coming back.
Patrick Peterson played on the worst secondary in the NFL last year.
Richie James ain't coming back.
I don't think so.
Because he's 20. He's 28.
He is old, right?
Yeah.
But he still produced. So do you sign him cheap?
No, because you got Isaiah Hodgins, who's
Still,
younger.
Doesn't matter.
Who put up the same amount.
I agree, but do you still need depth?
Yeah, that's why. So you sign Isaiah, right?
I mean,
you're not paying as much.
So I have them
paying Galladay.
I have them restructuring Galladay, and that moves their cap from 41 to 47 for next year.
Right.
So it helps.
Daniel Jones is probably going to make $35 million this year.
Are they tagging him? I think that's the tag, and I think that's what they do.
The tag is 45. 30.
Is it really?
35 is the unrestricted free agent tag.
Okay, so yeah, then I think he. Ooh. Yeah, I think
you could tag Daniel Jones, and that's 45.
Damn, do you want to pay him 45 though?
Well, the reason why I said what I said is if you pay him $35 million and sign him long term, 5-year deal, you can put some of that money in signing bonuses for the next
money.
Yeah, money.
Some of that money.
In signing bonuses and push that off the next couple of years. So when you are losing other key parts, and then you can balance. I just think it's hard. Saquon might be gone. And the reason why Saquon might be gone is it's very hard to sign. He doesn't want top money, he said, but he wants more than 12.
I can't remember the contract. I can't remember the contract he turned down.
He turned down $12 million a year.
Yeah, you can't,
but he said he didn't want top money.
But that makes you top.
Yeah, I agree.
You are now top.
Nick Chubb's making $12 million a year.
Yeah,
that puts you above Nick Chubb.
Are you Nick Chubb? I
think he has higher ceiling.
I agree.
But I don't think he has
because of the pass catching.
I don't think he has the same. Nick Chubb can catch. We just don't use him that way.
Stefanski. Oh my God, he's so bad. But he's such a bad coach.
Here's my argument. It's very hard to sign your running back and your quarterback in the same year.
Because then you're going to put them on a similar contract length bonuses. Too. Well, and bonuses.
I mean, you have to put a lot of upfront money.
I think a lot of upfront money for Saquon. I think that
you might be able to push off Daniel Jones's upfront money if you give him guaranteed towards the end. But then you really put your franchise in a bad situation.
You're banking.
Daniel Jones isn't the guy, which I think he can be.
I do too.
But if Daniel Jones isn't the guy, you put your franchise in a bad situation. Well, you
just look at his stats. I mean, if we remember, he plays well. Yeah, he is efficient. Yeah. He's not.
Give him a non-injured receiver, and he's put in.
He's not Eli Manning, but he's definitely not. I mean, name a bad quarterback. He's not Kyler Murray's second half of the year.
I personally think he is Eli Manning. I think he's like Eli Manning reincarnated.
No,
you mean like my meme that I had for how many weeks ago?
I really do.
What do you want?
I really.
Oh no! You don't gotta.
You thirsty?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
What do you want?
I don't want beer though. I gotta go to a kid's birthday party after this.
What do you want?
I don't know. What do we got?
Just give him a pop.
Sprite?
Yeah. Oh, please. No. So 26 is their first pick. Do they go receiver, or do they go defense? I think they're going to go best available. Personally,
in this draft, the best available in my mind would be CB. I think you would have to go cornerback in this situation, just because you're going to get at.
You called Kyler Murray a legend? Am I reading that wrong?
Am I going to have to minimize chat and we just don't?
Hold on. What Murray is he talking about?
I don't know. That's why
Kyler.
I don't think. Well, I did say Kyler. I said seasons like. Yeah, you can't read. Okay, well then, I mean, I don't know. Maybe do better with your words.
I didn't think that was Kyler Murray.
That's why I want a clarification. I was.
They're going on a different tangent.
Oh, they're doing a whole different stuff.
Yeah, am I just not going to have to?
No, you're fine. Let them rant. I'm enjoying.
Well,
watching
no, but
in the
it's
background.
distracting Steven.
I mean, hey man, you say goofy stuff.
Yeah, cornerback here. Cornerback.
You think corner?
Or if there's if the top linebacker's on the board, I'll take top linebacker here.
Okay, who's your? Because I haven't looked at linebacker yet, so I don't even know. That's fair. I mean, we've got a whole lot of
we'll get into that
to watch
in the next couple weeks with our breakdowns. But I think this is a great situation for the Giants to solidify that defense, and then second round, because you have a late pick in the second, but then you got 90 and 101. I think you can go 2 wide receivers in this draft, or
later on. I think so,
or trade up.
Ooh,
if you need to, you have enough picks. Trade up.
Yeah, you got a bunch of picks.
Yeah, I mean, trade your 101, trade your 90, trade a 5 next year, and try to get back up into the third. Ooh. And get a wide receiver.
A decent wide receiver?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't hate that.
And then Wandale comes back and does what he did at the start of this year.
Oh.
Wandale's going to be great.
Jones to Eli. Murray is better than Jones. Okay.
Kyler Murray?
Yeah.
Well,
I think that one was Kyler Murray.
I don't think Kyler Murray can see over the line.
Anyway.
That's why he has to run around.
It's the same thing with Bryce Young, but okay. The exact same thing.
But we'll get to Kyler. Don't worry.
Yeah, that's right. He's coming up today.
Yeah.
No, I think you bring Daniel Jones back. You bring Saquon back about as best as you can, right? Without completely crippling your future.
Now, if you cut Golladay, I think now you save $11 million instead of $7 million. And you might have to draft a wide receiver at that spot if you cut Golladay. I don't think you cut Golladay, though. I think you're stupid.
Do you think he plays?
I think this year he has to play. I don't think you have a choice.
All right, there you go.
And if he stays off the field, you're saving money either way.
There you go.
So, I think you're good. But you definitely got to figure out Saquon and Daniel Jones before
I agree.
the season starts.
That was your offense last year.
And honestly, if Saquon's willing to play on the franchise tag him.
What is the tag for running backs? I do not know.
I think it's 14. Tag him.
Yeah, why not? I mean, that's close to what he wants. Oh, geez, that's close to what he wants anyway.
Yeah, I mean, if he'll play on the franchise tag, stay healthy for one more year,
Tag him.
tag him.
All right, here you go.
And I think that's what they plan to do. Or they'll tag Daniel Jones, but I just think that tag's so much higher that you shouldn't tag Daniel Jones.
Yeah, that's fair. All right, I mean, I could see that. I get with that.
So let's move on to the worst team in that division, which is the Commanders.
Which they still played well.
Played well.
Their defense was still top 10.
Better than the Bucks.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
This is the one year the Bucks didn't deserve it.
16th overall pick. Man. I really like that pick for them.
I don't.
Why not? That defense is good. They are very good.
So you need a quarterback.
You
right?
need a quarterback.
Or you re-signing Carson? Because they said they don't know what's going on.
Carson Wentz isn't a free agent. They talked about moving on from him. So he could come back. Is he going to stay healthy?
Oh, that is right.
Heineke's the free agent.
Heineke's the free agent.
Yeah.
I think, you know what? Personally, I think you got to give Carson one more year.
I do too.
I think you do. I think Carson went to a team whose apparently the offensive line became the worst in the NFL, which I don't know when this happened.
I don't either.
But it happened with Carson. It happened with Matt Ryan.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's going on there. And then you go and you were playing decent. Now you have to figure out how to hit Scary Terry downfield, which I think is an issue for Carson.
I think downfield, that was also an issue for Heineke. The short stuff he was hitting them on.
You guys
he was
gotta
hyper
hit him.
targeting.
And we already said Sam Howell's not the guy. One game's all I needed. Game's all I needed.
Really?
Yeah.
You do not like Sam Howell?
No, it's
because he didn't play.
Baker.
Ooh.
It really
Baker's got a deep ball.
His
though.
confidence in the pocket. I actually don't think Sam Howell has Baker's arm. I think that would be the difference. Yeah.
Do you think Baker, because he's a free agent, could go?
I think Sam
here?
Howell has more touch than Baker, but
That's fair.
I just don't think.
Do you think Baker might go to the Commanders?
No.
You don't think so? They're talking about moving on from Wentz. Heineke's a free agent. Sam Howell wasn't they draft him? Was he a third-round rookie?
Let's see what happens with Bieniemy goes there, because I think Bieniemy might want to keep Wentz.
Okay. Because Wentz can move his feet. So he can. But if you look at Howell's tape, Howell can too.
I was just gonna say, which of the three are gonna be the most comparable to Mahomes? Because that's who he's gonna want. He's gonna want the mobile quarterback.
Listen,
Most
he's
comparable?
used to.
Carson Wentz, but
Yeah, I agree.
None of them are comparable.
no,
I know, but I'm just saying, whichever one is gonna be the most mobile.
And I,
probably gonna be the
gonna
one that
sell
he's
the
gonna
team.
want.
so
The only
he is
reason
going to sell the team.
Yeah, if the NFL makes him.
They are. I think so. You know what's funny is what everyone, not everybody. What I'm hearing a lot is Caleb Williams coming out of USC next year is Carson or is Mahomes 2.0.
Really,
But they're too good of a defense to tank.
They've got to do something now.
To draft him.
They got
because Williams might be a 1. He might be like 1-1.
Yeah,
so
but what you do is if you believe this, right?
I
You
don't
trade out of 16.
I agree.
You accrue picks for next year.
I agree.
To trade back up.
Yes.
And then you try to find the team that's going to suck.
to be the
and
worst.
you try to reach out to them for a trade and steal their first round pick.
I don't disagree. The Raiders.
Do you? Well, there's a lot of people that say the Texans are going to be the worst team next year, which I don't
think so.
Unless they draft a quarterback.
Yeah. All right. I mean, that's fair.
Look at the divisions. I mean, it could be the Colts. It could be the Colts.
Oh man, it could be. It could be. No, I mean, so
especially if they go freaking Will Levis.
the Commanders, they have 6.9 right now. Ooh, Will Levis, Jesus. They have 6.9 in cap right now, right? If they restructure Jonathan Allen and they cut Logan Thomas and move him to 15.5, Logan Thomas has been just kind of like,
he's been good when he's on the field,
that's debatable.
I would take a tight end this year later.
but it'd be while he's on the
This
field.
is a deep tight end draft.
You could grab a tight end.
Yeah, Logan
98.
Thomas has produced half a year, if that. So
Yeah. Losing Taylor Heineke, you can say that's big.
losing Nick Martin's big. Losing your center. But I just don't know if that team really is worried about that. They can just re-sign him. It doesn't cost much to re-sign a center. And this is also a draft where you can go get a center.
It depends on how you value him. I mean, J.C. Treader was making $8 million a year with us. And he played, but in my opinion, he played very well. I think he
JC
worked.
Treader would have made more if he wasn't the NFLPA.
We did talk about that. Yeah, we did talk. Yeah.
Yeah.
And now they're defensive free agents. Deron Payne on the D line.
Cooks wants out. Oh,
Of
Houston.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brandon Cooks.
Yeah, we know that.
Yeah.
We talked about that Wednesday.
What, Cooks?
Yeah, we talked about Brandon Cooks wanting out Wednesday.
Yes. No, but the Commanders losing Deron Payne in the middle on the defensive line, that's going to be a big loss. So I could see them taking best available defensive interior guy at 16. I could see that. I could see maybe an edge guy, and working with.
To be honest, as much as I have quarterback high on the list, I think quarterback might move down for me. Just because, I get you drafted Sam Howell, but Sam Howell was
John, bring that list up real quick.
Sam Howell was, I think, the fourth or fifth round draft pick. So that's
was he that late? I thought he was third for some reason.
I think he was a fourth or fifth.
You know what the Commanders might do? They might take Hooker late.
They could take Hendon Hooker in the third.
I know he's coming off a knee, but he is very mobile. He has a good arm.
That's possible.
He's got great deep ball accuracy. We were just talking about getting the ball to Scary Terry. I mean, you have 3 stud receivers on that team now.
If Hendon Hooker's there at 98, you take him.
Absolutely.
I just don't think he'll be there.
I don't think so either. I think if he falls that bad, it'll be because
there's something else going on.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you don't play that well against those teams.
Though, right?
He's 25.
He is the oldest, second oldest coming out of this draft, I think.
Quarterback? Who's older?
Yeah.
Stetson.
Stetson's like 27.
Grandpa Stetson.
He's
Is he really 27?
I think
he's been at Georgia that long?
I think so.
No way.
Let me double check it. I'm pretty sure because me and Ryan were actually talking about this. Stetson Bennett.
He's like a JT Barrett coming out of OSU.
He was born in 97.
25 years old. Okay, so they're both same age.
Yeah, but I like Hooker over Bennett.
Let me check that. Make sure I'm right.
But anyway, no, I like
they're both
them.
25, so they're both old quarterbacks coming into this draft.
Do they need D-line? No. Is losing Deron Payne going to be drastic? Yes.
I think the D-line's at the bottom, right?
Yeah.
So I do my best to try to organize these.
Chase. Oh, you know what? They haven't said they're going to pick up Chase Young's 5th year yet.
That's next year, though, I think.
Yeah, that next year's his 5th year. That'll be big.
Well,
Chase Young also hasn't done shit.
They have to announce that soon.
Yes.
I think 5th years have to be in. I think it's the same. Is it the same day as a franchise?
I do not know. I do not know off the top of my head.
Okay, I know you have that list.
I have it somewhere. Yeah, it's not currently in front of me.
So let's move on from here. So just quick, give me a real quick recap in your head. Where do you think these teams land?
So finishing next season, I really like
Eagles, Cowboys, Giants, Commanders.
I think depending on what the Giants do in free agency, depending on Jones and Barkley, I would say that them and the Commanders, depending on what the Commanders do at quarterback, they might flip-flop at 3 and 4. But I do think it's going to be Eagles, Cowboys 1 and 2.
Okay, so you just don't know what's going to happen between the
Well, no, right?
I think the Giants are going to take a step forward. So if anything, I think the Cowboys would move back.
I think that maybe
because Dak's at the top of his career.
Dak is at his ceiling. No,
Dak's not getting better.
Right. The thing with Dak is he gets hurt every flipping year.
And do you see them getting a wide receiver?
No. What?
CD and Godwin?
No. I mean, right. When are they drafting again? What 10? They're not drafting at 10.
Is it Godwin?
Cowboys draft at 27.
I feel stupid.
The Cowboys? No, it's not Godwin. It's CeeDee Lamb.
No, CD and who? Who came back this year?
Gallup.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, Gallup, and he's a free agent. Or no, I'm sorry, he's not a free agent. No, I talked about restructuring him. They don't.
I said Godwin. Jesus.
Sorry, I thought you said Godwin.
No.
Did
Gallup.
you say Godwin?
I did say Godwin. I meant Gallup.
Well, I mean, you're close. It's 2 G's. Sheesh.
That's fine. I just want to know where your thoughts were.
No, I mean, at 27, the Cowboy. I mean, like, yeah, you can take a piece, but like to step up, I don't know. I don't know. I like the Commanders. I really like their defense. I've been high on their defense all year. They played really well, and you don't even hear about them. I think that they can take a step if they find an above average quarterback. And is that Wentz?
I wouldn't be shocked if the Giants win the division next year. I wouldn't be shocked.
Over the Eagles.
That's why I wouldn't be shocked. Remember, because we said new coaches, you're missing a lot of pieces on the D-line. O-line possibly too.
That's
right?
fair. I mean, with Kelsey in the middle.
I wouldn't be
or-
shocked if the Giants are the team on up and coming. If they sign Saquon and Daniel Jones again, right? The Giants are the up and coming. Washington's up and coming.
Yeah.
Dallas has been there for a while.
Dallas is going to drop off. They're all getting old.
Right.
I mean, so like in that case, do you sign Van Der Esch and keep a younger piece,
I think you
or
have
do you
to.
let him
I
go?
think you have to sign Van Der Esch. I think you have to.
All right.
But I'm just saying, so like I wouldn't be shocked if the Giants win that division next year. I wouldn't be shocked.
Okay.
So, all right, let's move on to, we're going to change this up. We'll go east, west. Let's go east. Let's go north. Let's go Vikings.
Love it.
So the let me use my words correctly before I get insulted. So the team that I believe that should have made it further, but we all knew that defense was suspect.
Yep. There you go. You used the right words there.
I don't think they're fakers. I think that team is very good. Just defense was suspect, and they did their best to fix that by going and getting a coach. I don't know why I can't remember his name ever.
I can't either. I have no idea who it is.
John, name for coach defense. Just came from the Steelers. Miami's ex-coach.
Oh, Flores.
Flores, yeah.
Thank you, Brian Flores. I never remember his damn name.
I mean, so you look at Miami's defense this year, right? And then you look at them last year. And last year they played pretty good. They played pretty good with Flores.
I'm going to take a step back to what Ryan said. Or Brandon said.
What are you doing?
Gallup is gone next year. It makes no sense to cut him this year. $19 million dead cap. It's cheaper to keep him.
I don't think we're cutting them.
Trade? Oh, I don't think we said cut him.
No, it just restructure.
He said restructure to try to extend
to make some room.
Yeah.
But I mean, I get. Yeah, no. And if it's $19 million dead cap, no. I mean, maybe trade. I mean,
it's what they do with Amari Cooper. Same amount of money too.
Somebody will find value. I agree with that. I mean, why not? You would take Gallup? I don't. He didn't do it. He didn't do it in a pass.
Why take another wide receiver from Dallas?
I mean, if it's for another sixth, I mean, why not? I guess.
Yeah, they're gonna give him up for cheap again.
Because Gallup's supposed to be your burner.
We're gonna make
deep.
him pay the contract though.
And Gallup can catch the ball, unlike pass can't stay. I mean, yeah, I agree. He can't.
Well, then if he can't stay healthy, I mean, just send him to the Ravens.
Ooh, here you go, Ryan. You'll love that one, buddy.
Dwayne Bowe, wow.
Oof. Oh,
That's
wow.
a good comparison.
Dwayne Bowe.
It's a good
that
comparison.
hurts. That hurts, though, man.
That's a good comparison, though.
That is.
All right, so let's go to Minnesota. I apologize.
Their current cap is negative 21.3
Minnesota?
million. Yes. Negative 21.3.
Can you get rid of Hawkinson?
No.
think you have to.
Look at the playoffs last year. Kirk relied on Hawkinson.
If they get rid of Hawkinson, which I doubt they would, then they have to keep Thielen.
Thielen's either going to retire or they're going to cut him. Just gone.
Is he out?
I don't know, man. I remember seeing the post his wife shared on Instagram. Oh, it's just fine. You know, he's his last game. Some garbage about him probably not coming back. So my thing is, look to do something with Thielen. If he retires, cool. If not, you gotta offload that. You still gotta get something that needs to happen with him and his money. Restructure Brian O'Neill, Zadarius Smith, Harrison Smith, Dalvin Cook, and Harrison Phillips, and it moves your cap to 14.6.
So you made it in the positive.
Yeah,
So I got rid of $30 million.
Put him in the green, and
That's keeping Hawk, or is that not signing Hawk yet?
That's not signing Hawk yet because he's not a free agent.
Oh, how long do they get him for?
I don't know. I don't know.
I'm looking at it right now. Sorry.
So I like Hawkinson on the Vikings. I was a big fan of Hawkinson coming out.
They have him just for this year.
So he's a free agent?
Next year.
2024.
No, they have him just for this year. This is last year.
So do you give him a contract? I would say yes.
I let him play it out. They're paying him $10 million. 26 years old.
Ooh.
I don't know, man.
I love that.
If he's good enough, I'd try to extend him. You might be able to free up cap space that way too.
I think so. I mean, so look at it this way: if he plays well again, and because he's not really a tight end, he's more of a
Kels 2.0.
Oh
wow!
What
you
is
know
Kelsey?
He's doing it earlier than Kels, by the way.
What's Kelsey?
Kelsey can.
He's not a tight end.
He plays on the line. He can put his hand down. Hawkinson he's not that guy. Not really.
Yeah, Hawkins, but not a good block.
He's more of a Darren Waller.
I think Darren Waller can block.
You're right.
Hawkinson can't block.
I can't say Kittle because Kittle will block. Kittle's an animal.
Yeah, Hawkinson's like chip out.
Andrews?
Chip out.
No,
Andrews is more of a blocker than a catcher.
Right.
I'd say more of an Njoku.
Goddard's a blocker.
Hawkinson can block, is not great at it.
I would give you a Njoku. I just think Njoku's athleticism is
think
better than Hawks.
They're pretty close. I mean, I
don't know. His catch radius, Njoku's pretty good. The problem is he's drop percentage is bad. He got better this year. I don't know where you're getting that stat.
Yeah.
Right.
Where are you getting fourth best defense, dude?
Right.
They were like 28th.
They were the worst.
They weren't the
pass
worst.
defense.
No, that was the Lions, I thought.
Worst.
I thought that was the Lions.
I think the Lions were 31st. They were close. But Jesus, they were bad.
I don't know where you get fourth best.
Fourth best?
And it's funny. It's actually the opposite.
Yeah.
They could finish games. They won 11 games.
That was KJ's argument all year.
It's the complete opposite.
That was KJ's argument all year. They do finish games in the fourth. The defense shows up in the fourth. That was his argument the entire season.
They won 11 games.
Because I remember fighting with you about it. I remember yelling at you about it. And it was just, no, it was not it. No, they showed up when it needed to during the season.
That PFF ranking is probably off season.
Because they had it was some crazy stat. Like they had the most games won.
Wins
it was like 7 games or something like that, and under a score.
It's not. We're normally right. We just say other things that are incorrect in the statement.
What did you? I don't.
He's saying the one time you're right when they were 32nd overall.
Oh well, there.
They were not a good defense in general.
No, they weren't.
Like they were like 27th overall. I don't know where you get fourth best defense.
PFF really has them 4. Okay.
PFF also has some crazy stats out there.
They do, but I mean, I also pay for PFF. So who's the real idiot? It's me. So it's me. The answer is Steve. Steve is the stupid one. I mean, yeah.
No, they're able to finish games.
Yeah. I mean, during the season they did.
Literally, I don't know where you're getting these numbers from. Like
he said PFF.
No.
Anyway.
Like, where did you get that they're not good in the fourth quarter? They weren't good the entire game.
I mean, no. Okay, so yeah, like on like watching them, yeah, it was not great. They were not great, but then they finish. The fourth quarter, they would give up a shitload of points, and then the defense would finally show up. The offense kept up with scoring because they were good.
So maybe that's where the stats are coming from. Like they gave up points in the fourth quarter, but they also finished in the fourth quarter.
I agree. I mean, it could be the defense showed up for like 2 drives.
It could be.
And then hey.
But I definitely don't have them ranked at a 4 overall in defense.
I don't
that's
think so
a
either.
horrible stat.
That's crazy.
Okay. I mean, so I could believe that. They did give up fourth quarter points, but they also, when it came down to it, they were clutch in the fourth too.
Offensive key offensive. You got to use my words, Steve. Does not compute. Key offensive free agents that I have for the Vikings: Garrett Bradbury, okay, and Irv Smith. And I have Irv Smith. Why? I don't know.
Yeah, he's key because he did play a role towards the end of the season when he was healthy. The problem is your guys' argument the other day, which is great. I do agree that the guy's glass.
He's glass.
Since he's been in the NFL, he's been glass. I will tell Brandon it's probably because I own him on fantasy.
He is RG3. He's tinfoil. I ended
Dennis Pitta's career. So it's probably because of that.
Oh, my God.
The dude, I just talked about drafting Dennis Pitta.
His career.
And he literally didn't play from there on.
Oh, my God.
It's that bad. That is
rough.
Serious.
That is rough. I think they got to bring Bradbury back, though. They have to improve that O-line, in my opinion.
You could do that in the draft, though.
I think so. I think they will.
They only have 5 picks, though, right? 6? 5?
I think 5. John,
I know the Ravens only have 5 picks.
Can you bring up the Vikings picks?
So I think 5 picks.
Yeah.
They're at least high, though. They don't have their 6th or 7th. Is that a 5th?
I don't know.
32 divided by 5.
I think. Yeah.
That's a 6. I think that's the beginning of the 6. I don't know now. But that might be late 5, actually. That's late 5.
No, I like bringing back Bradbury. What?
What's 3 times 5? 150, right?
Yeah.
2 times 5, 10. 160. So that's 6.
178.
6 round pick. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's still a building block that they can add late. I mean, they can add an offensive lineman late if they really, really wanted to see what they got. Now key defensive free agents. They're going to lose Dalvin Tomlinson. He's a D tackle. That's going to be big. I think that's going to hurt them. Because they were, if I remember correctly, because I don't have the stats, they were pretty good in the run game. They were at least above average, if I remember right. But they are losing Patrick Peterson at corner. Now, granted, the pass defense was not good. I don't hate Patrick Peterson, the player, I just don't think that were they throwing over everybody else? You were supposed to have pretty good safeties, right? You know, Harrison Smith's supposed to be a guy. He's also 34. They might move on from Harrison Smith altogether.
I can't disagree with you. I kind of agree in that argument. I do have a question for you, though.
Yeah.
This is Dalvin Cook's opt-out year.
Ooh. And what's his name is a free agent. I didn't even talk about him on here because I don't think he's key because he's running back. John, who's the backup to
Alexander Madison?
Yeah, that guy.
He's a free agent?
Yep.
How did I miss that?
So do they bring Madison back on the cheap, or do they move on from Cook?
I do not have Madison on here as a free
Is he not there on Spotrac?
No, he might be a free agent, actually. I'm just looking at the roster now that I think about it. Yeah, I think you're right.
There it is. Yep.
Is 2023
Yep.
UFA.
So-
Yep, there he is. He's 24 and a half.
Brown sign him.
Stop.
If they're not going to sign Hunt,
They need a pass catcher. Is Madison that guy?
no, you use Chubb.
I also think you have to restructure.
They're not going
I also
to.
think you have to.
Stefanski isn't going to do that.
I think you have to restructure Kirk Cousins too.
Yeah.
This
Really?
is Kirk Cousins' final year.
No, if I
He's
remember
making
it, I don't think they were able to.
$48.75 million dead cap. You can restructure him.
I don't think it was going to let me in here, or else I would have.
No, I'm looking at it. You can restructure him. $10 million is his base salary. Signing is $6.2. His roster bonus is $20 million.
That's not bad.
So his cap hit's 36. His dead cap's 48.
No, see, I don't have that button here.
But if you restructure him, right? If you restructure him, you can actually play around with where that salary hits, which would help you free up.
I'm Cousins. I don't restructure anything.
I would debate that because he does good in the regular season, and then they're suspect in the playoffs.
I'm not going to say Cousins might have a hard time finding a job next year if you don't restructure. He's 35.
Right.
After next season, you're looking at 36. Is he worth going after this late in his career when he's done nothing? Like, he's never won a Super Bowl.
No.
He's never won. Has he won a title game?
He's like Andy Dalton.
Has he ever won a title game?
No. No, because I don't think he's ever been to a Super Bowl.
Right.
So,
stop with that cap.
So yeah,
at least 16 teams would take him.
Not this year. Next
year.
When he's 36 years old, it's 37, going on 37.
So hold on. So Brandon, gone to the playoffs and made it through the playoffs are two separate situations.
Hey, but hold on. What he's saying now, you're gonna make me defend this guy? Jesus Christ! So this dude, he's saying that he gets the team there, and I agree with that. I absolutely agree with that.
Like I said, Andy Dalton.
Andy Dalton
Carson Palmer
lost the job. Well, Andy Dalton lost the job and became a backup at like 34, 33.
Right.
Yeah, well, yes.
He took his team to the playoff almost every year.
And then the Saints were on the verge this year. The Saints were on the verge this year, and he was the main guy. And he played pretty well. I hate
and that
saying
was
that.
after a healthy Jameis.
Yeah, they were benching. They were benching Jameis.
Jameis played 3 games
early in the year. They were benching Jameis.
and he did not play well.
No.
I looked at his stats. He did not play well.
So no, I agree. The Vikings need to get pressure on the quarterback.
I don't disagree.
What do you say?
Don't disagree that Cousins is better than Dalton.
I agree
I'm
with
just
that.
saying their careers are looking the same.
Kirk Duggins is better than the Red Rocket.
Yeah, I just think their careers are looking the same. But we also got to keep in mind. No, I'm not going to say that. I was going to say Andy Dalton had one of the best wide receivers, but then now Kirk Cousins now has Justin Jefferson. So.
I mean, you have to keep in mind Kirk Cousins can still get the ball that deep, even at his age. So I don't think
so can the Rocket.
Wait, who you say is one of the best? AJ Green?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In AJ Green's prime, he was phenomenal.
I was just gonna say
I forget how good I forget how good he was. And I discredit AJ Green, and I shouldn't have. That was wrong. I mean, when we did that show, but
well, yeah, it's just problem when you retire too late, then you become junk.
Like Julio right now.
He should have retired the year before this.
I agree. Like Julio right now. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't look good, but
Julio and AJ
just
Green
wants
got
that one last. Julio wants a ring. That's all he wants.
yeah. And if he was, this would have been the year.
That's all he wants.
This would have been the year. He ain't never gonna get it. He's not gonna get it. All right, John, go to the picks real quick. I want to see what they're. So at 24. All right, so Brandon, do you take at 24? Do you take your best defensive lineman? Do you go D line or do you go corner and try and help the pass? I think they go D line. I think
is that supposed to be a coaching thing in Minnesota?
edge
not
or
a
D-line.
coaching?
See, I agree. You said coaching in Minnesota?
Yeah.
No, it is what it is.
I go edge. I think you still have interior defensive linemen.
Yeah. So D lineman. I agree with that. That's a good take.
Hold on. Let me check real quick. I think you still have interior defensive linemen.
Yeah, Dalvin Tomlinson was a main starter for you last year.
Yeah, I mean, you got James Litch, Dalvin Tomlinson, Harrison Phillips. Harrison Phillips is pretty good. I wouldn't discount that. I think you got to go edge. I don't think you have an edge. Patrick Jones, DJ Wanham. Those are your guys. I think you got to go. You got to get to the quarterback. I don't think they had a lot of sacks last year. Johnny, can you look that up and see what Minnesota had for sacks last year while we move on to the next team?
Lions.
The Detroit Lions.
The
Look at those
Lions.
picks.
Better
6
than
and 18.
Better than the Packers.
They first in their division next year? That's what a lot of guys are thinking.
The offense can do it. If the defense takes a step, yeah. Oh, man, I can't believe I said that. I think they have a legitimate chance, yeah. I think... come on. Hutchinson could go play corner.
That was a stupid question. If Will Levis is there at 6, do they take Will Levis?
No. Who is that? Is that what he's asking?
No, I'm asking you that
No,
question.
I don't. Why? Why would you?
I don't know.
Are you planning for future without Goff?
I think they are, but I don't think you take a quarterback that high.
I don't think no.
Because I think it gives a bitter taste to your starting quarterback.
Yeah.
That.
I don't.
And if it proves anything, look at San Francisco, look at Green Bay. Like, at least let your quarterback know you're doing that.
Vikings had 38 sacks last year total.
Yeah, that was bottom of the league.
Yeah, it's not good.
Yeah. So Vikings got to get an edge.
I agree. I agree with that for the Vikings. Levi's going to Indy. He might go at 4.
He might.
That'd be
Levis.
so bad.
Why is it
Levi's
Why
jeans
is it
going.
Levi's?
It probably autocorrected.
No, he probably typed it that way.
Yeah, right. Because I read it Levi's and I know it's Levis. I'm a dumbass.
It's a racist statement.
Yeah, well,
Levi's.
why is that race? Oh well,
White guy. Levi's.
Yeah, whatever.
Come on.
Phone autocorrect.
Oh, you're on your phone? Wait a minute. Ryan said you couldn't chat on your phone.
Ryan's full of shit.
No, Ryan wasn't signed in, and he couldn't.
No,
chat.
he
That's
literally
what-
said you can't use chat on your phone. I go, yes, you can.
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
He's an idiot.
Yeah, that's all right.
Ryan, if you're watching this, which I know you're not, you're an idiot. All right, so cornerback, defensive line, edge. I think they have. You said this last year, right? They got Akuda.
Yeah, I mean,
They got cornerbacks, but they probably need more in the secondary because they can't stay healthy.
Akuda's been so hurt. It's hard. It's hard to rely on him. It's hard to even.
What if Will Anderson goes here?
Oh man.
Like if there goes
if
three,
he drops to 6,
if this
oh my
happens
God.
again, right, and it's another year like the Trey
Ooh,
Lance
Brian
year.
Brees out of Clemson. Oh,
If this is another year like the Trey Lance year, where it goes quarterback, just because of trade downs, and everybody's saying Will Levis is the guy, so the Colts got to trade up. Then the Texans are like, well, I wanted Will Levis. You know what? I guess we're stuck with Bryce Young, and then another team trades up because they're worried Carolina is going to trade up.
So they
3,
trade
so
up to
they
the
go
Cardinals?
to get C.J. Stroud.
Oh, man.
And then at 4, the Bears still get Will Anderson or Jalen Carter.
Yep.
And then at 5, who's 5?
I don't know. John, can you bring that up real quick?
Who's 5?
Seattle or the Broncos?
Yeah.
No,
no,
Seattle. Seattle per Denver.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah. Ooh.
And they would go Will Anderson. So then at 6 you would have the Lions, and that would be.
I mean, Brees might be the guy.
I figured.
Ooh.
I'm just saying like that. That's how it could go. I'm not saying it can't go that way. If these 3 teams, I swear to God,
at 6 they will have a top defender.
Do you guys know that year?
What year?
The Trey Lance year?
No.
What are the quarterbacks that came out that year? It went 1, 2, 3.
I honestly don't know because Trey Lance is.
What was that 2019?
2021 was his first year.
Trey Lance?
Yes.
So this is only his second year and he's just been hurt.
Yes.
Yeah.
You suck. Dude pisses me off.
I for some reason I can't remember, but Sorry, give me
I
one.
can't either. Was it Kyler?
Zach Wilson.
Oh, Zach Wilson.
Trevor Lawrence went 1 overall.
That's good.
Zach Wilson went 2 overall.
Oof.
And then Trey Lance went 3 overall.
That was the draft in Cleveland, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Trevor Lawrence, Justin Fields, Trey Lance, Mac Jones, Davis Mills, Zach Wilson, Kyle Trask.
Well, Justin Fields was way late. He was 11.
I'm just going through a quick list as to other quarterbacks.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we can go. That's stupid. I just want to know who was in that 5-6 pick window.
I thought he was going for anyway. I see what you're saying, John. I thought he was asking for all the quarterbacks.
That wasn't where I was going with it. Sorry. So, I'm just saying, now it's 6.
No, I mean...
Just think they got Penei Sewell at 7 in that draft. It could be the same thing for them.
They're gonna get a very high...
Kyle Pitts went 4.
Ooh. Yeah, they're going to get a very good defensive lineman at 6. And I think that's what they need. They need somebody that can come in and take up a bunch of space and let...
Weren't they 32nd against the run?
Yeah, they were bad. They were bad against the run.
31 against the pass? Maybe they were good against the run. They were 16th or 17th against the run.
Was it?
I can't remember now. But I know that we were talking about this because Bo brought it up the one time. He's like, they're great against the run. And it's like, yeah, because they get thrown on all day.
Yeah, I mean, no, they're gonna get a top defensive lineman, and I think that if they're smart at 18, they might do it again. They might take best defensive player available.
I think if Seattle trades up, they go quarterback.
I don't.
There's no reason Seattle should trade up. We'll get to that a little later. We'll get to that a little later.
Yeah, no. So that's what I see with the Lions, right? So right now their cap currently is 15, right? If you restructure Goff, Taylor Decker, and Frank Ragnow, your cap moves to 39. So you're grabbing a bunch of money. Now you do have some free agents. Now it depends on where you value these guys. And Jamal Williams, DJ Chark, maybe even their guard Evan Brown.
Jamal Williams is not a free agent though, right?
Jamal Williams is a free agent.
No, he's not a free agent. Justin Jackson's a free agent. Jamal Williams is not a free agent.
Yeah, this is per Spotrac.
Oh, he is. He only did sign.
Oh, I thought you found that? Okay. I thought you asked about that earlier. I didn't see it. I apologize. That's fine. So they have to. I think Jamal Williams that's a restructure. Are they under cap? You said.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you re-sign Jamal Williams.
I don't know what kind of money he wants either. I don't think.
But you can get him for 3 or 30.
I mean, you gonna pay him 10 to be?
I'm just saying that's your max, right?
If he did what he did last year, I'd pay him 10.
Well, he was a touchdown monster last year.
Yeah, I mean, like touchdowns are not a sticky stat. That's not something you can bank on every year.
It is if that's the way they run their offense.
He took over for DeAndre Swift.
Well, Swift was kind of their open field guy.
Yeah.
Swift is also very injury prone.
Not this year.
I
do love that if
he started off injured.
I do love that there's a website that tracks injuries, and DeAndre Swift's injury percentage was 78% chance of getting injured. So, like, that's so disgusting.
That one hurts, yeah.
So I don't really have anything else for them because I think I agree with you. I think you go D-line in the draft.
Yep.
It's too early to go corner there. I think you got to go D-line because there's going to be Will Anderson and Jalen Carter off.
I mean, you might go corner at 18. Honestly, if you get pressure on the quarterback,
you don't need corners, right? Because you have corners.
Because Hutchinson is good. If you get him help,
thank you, John,
and play his same side, and you eat up blockers, he's gonna get there. And if your defensive lineman's good, he's gonna get there. Like Breece is probably a really good landing spot. I'm blanking on who might be like second best D tackle right now.
When we get into D line and D tackles, we'll actually probably have their landing spots as we're doing the research, to be honest, because we're getting to that point in the league.
Yes.
And then once we get to the combine, I'm pretty sure we'll know almost where half these guys are going to go.
So that's what I got for the Lions. I mean, like defensive, like Deshaun Elliott, they're safety, but then again, like, do you want to bring back a dude that didn't produce too well for you? I don't know.
Jalen Reagor.
Oof.
I forgot they had Jalen Reagor in Minnesota. So okay, let's move on to the next team, Green Bay. This team, it's funny because I saw this tweet or meme the other day where they said that the Green Bay Packers will be the best defense in the league next year.
What?
I don't know if it was purely a joke. But that's a bold take.
That's gutty.
Did you see who they're losing next year, John?
I'm looking at it right
Who are
now.
they losing?
Oh my God, you're losing 3 tight ends, 2 receivers in your offense. You're losing Lazard and Cobb.
No, he said
and Big Bob.
He said defense.
Deion Lowry, Jaron Reed,
Ooh, Jaron Reed. That's
Adrian
a big one.
Amos. You're losing your safeties. Like, you're losing Deion Lowry. That's your best defensive end.
I think that was a joke just because this year per football DB, they were 17th in yards a game, 26th in rushing yards a game, 6th in passing yards, and 17th in points.
Well, they can take a huge step forward. I don't disagree that the team can go from 0 to hero,
But if you're losing that many people.
Well, so that's losing as in UFAs. It doesn't mean you can't re-sign them,
Well,
right?
But I'm just saying, as of right now.
And you don't even know their names, so that means they're not top 10.
No, I mean, like, losing Adrian Amos is big.
I would say Amos was probably the biggest one on that list.
I mean, you can bring him back for, like, I don't know, at least Spotrar's got him under $7 million a year, so, like, that's not too bad. I mean, the dude...
3-year, $28 million?
So, since Amos has been with Green Bay, right, because he was with Chicago for 4 years, he hasn't played under 98.5% of the snaps for the defense. He's there. He's there every play.
Right.
So, like, losing a 90-plus tackler every year,
You guys have, what, the 14th pick in the draft?
16th. 15th.
I
They can go safety right there. You could probably get the best safety right there.
mean... man, I don't know if you could probably get the best.
If you got 3 quarterbacks going, right? You got 2 to 3 D tackles going.
Here's a funny question. Do they still need receiver help? You're losing.
Yeah. Because Lazard's a free agent as well.
Yeah. And
He already said he's not signing in Green Bay.
Right.
from what-
Even
oh,
though-
did he really?
Well, he didn't say he's not signing it. He said it's his last game in Green Bay. So I don't know
Right.
what exactly that entails.
But that was also when right after the game when they lost to Detroit.
right.
but-
So I don't know exactly what that entails.
But it was funny that Lazard did say last night that Rodgers is the greatest quarterback of all time.
Yeah, he did say that. I mean, like, you're losing 2 receivers. You're losing 3 tight
Rodgers
ends.
might be one of the best regular season quarterbacks of all time.
I don't know what.
When you look at touchdown to interception ratio,
Yes.
Oh, got him. Got him. Yeah, I see what you did there.
oh, regular season?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, because if you can't win in the postseason,
He's still
you get a
no different
trophy
than
for being
Cousins.
a great. But he's not a good postseason quarterback.
No, he is one of the best. I mean, you can't.
I don't even know if it's him being a postseason quarterback as well as Green Bay's just not ran well in the postseason.
They're not.
Because
they're not.
he played perfect in that game they lost to San Francisco.
Yeah,
Yes.
dude. Yeah, he
So,
did.
and
He
it's
did.
their special teams turn the game over. So I don't know what to say.
He was perfect.
I don't know what to say in that situation. So I think the Green Bay Packers have a lot to do on offense this year to take a
So-
step forward.
Just to let you know, he has
Uh-oh,
a
here
passer
you go.
rating
No,
of
stop.
100.1
Stop.
with
Mute.
5,894 yards,
Mute his
45
mic.
touchdowns,
Is that career passer rating?
13 interceptions in 22 games in the playoffs in his career.
Mute his mic.
Yeah, we're talking Green Bay. We probably should have muted John. He gets
So-
emotional in these situations.
No, you can.
You know what though?
You
Look
can
at-
God,
hear
say-
his panties getting
Well, hold on.
twisted.
Look at this
Peyton is
draft
not
because look at this draft because they got a lot of picks that they can move up and get a bunch of 3rd round picks here, and that could solidify the offense. It could solidify some of the defense.
Right, because
if
they
they
always-
move up in the draft.
Yeah, because they'll just take whatever in the first, and then they'll trade up at the beginning of the second and take the wide receiver.
They might trade back into the first if they wanted to. Not saying with these picks they could trade the future, but I think you really got to worry because this whole team hinges on what the hell Aaron Rodgers does next week. It all hinges on that.
Because they might move up and take a quarterback.
Right, because quarterback would go from 0 to first on this list.
No, Jordan Love's the guy. All right, let's move on to the. I'm missing a team. The Bears. Oh, how did I?
Bears.
Bears.
Yeah. Good old Bears. Oh, that's a page gap. That's why. All right, so the Bears free agents: Byron Pringle, N'Keal Harry, Riley Reif, Dakota Dozier, and David Montgomery. Those are what I have as notable because they are losing 2 of their tackles, offensive tackles. Sorry, and 2 receivers who they went and just got this year who really didn't produce.
No,
N'Keal Harry and
Byron
Chase
Pringle, which I think Byron Pringle was there last year.
I do not know.
I think he's been there for 2 years.
Baker.
Because I think he went there last year during KC. Or no, maybe this is his first year there. They
think
got him in the
so.
offseason. So, yeah, and N'Keal Harry, Byron Pringle, and I think everybody was just injured all year.
Yeah.
So like they literally didn't. They were like it was the Baltimore Ravens. Literally best run offense, worst receiving core, like good tight end. Like literally the Baltimore Ravens reincarnated.
Yeah.
Pringle's 29 years old. I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's old.
he was in Kansas City for like 5 or 6 years.
Well, he had a 3-year, and then a 2-year, and then a 1-year,
Yeah.
and then he got signed by Chicago for 1.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think he has a Super Bowl ring.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's just they got to do something with wide receiver.
Over edge and D line.
No, I'd one.
Well, it depends on how far down you trade.
So you for sure seeing them trade it back.
Yes. In my
No.
opinion, you are stupid to stay at 1
Well,
when you know guys are going to be calling you
I have
for
a
a
question
quarterback.
for you. I have a question
Okay,
for you,
Brandon.
right?
What do you say?
Jalen Carter comes out.
Jesus Christ.
Carter comes out, or Will Anderson comes out at the combine.
Okay.
He runs a 4.4.
Yeah.
He has one of the best cone drills.
Jalen
in
Carter
the
probably
combine.
will, honestly.
In the combine, right?
Yeah.
Give me Jalen Carter.
And you know that another team could draft him as a Texans, but you still move back.
Yeah.
Is it worth it when you know you could have just solidified your D-line?
One guy does not make your D-line. Jalen Carter is different, though.
Miles Garrett.
Jalen Carter is very good. And
Jalen
he's
Carter
going
is
to be a
stupid
disruptor.
good.
in the
Miles
middle.
Garrett, if you're going to say Miles Garrett makes our
Jared
D-line.
Allen. Did Jared Allen not make his line? When he
Jalen
was
Carter was a top-rated D tackle last year.
Yeah, he's very good.
Right.
No, no,
I'll agree
no, no,
with Brandon.
last year.
Aaron Darnold, except last year.
But no, I'm saying last year in college, he was the top-rated tackle, and he didn't come out.
Yeah.
He's again the top-rated tackle this year.
I like Jalen Carter, guys. I'm a big Jalen. I would take Jalen Carter
But I'm just
at 1.
No. I'm just saying. Why would you trade down when there is a chance that the teams ahead of you could trade for? Could get him?
say because I'm a believer that Indy's going to be like, hey man, we want 1
Right.
We want Will Levis. I get it. Okay, we're gonna trade up. We want 1.
or whoever.
Right.
At that point, you're looking at it'd be Indy at 1,
Houston at 2.
Houston at 2,
Arizona at 3.
Arizona at 3,
Bears at 4.
and Bears at 4.
Right.
Yeah,
You don't think Arizona could take Jalen Carter?
I think
Oh, they definitely could.
they could. Sure. Yeah.
Is it worth a talent like Jalen Carter? Is it worth going back
To grab
and not having him?
Will
Anderson, maybe.
to grab what 2 1s? I mean, is Will Anderson's no slouch. However, I did watch some tape that I was not impressed with some of his stuff.
He's good. He's good.
But
Aiden Hutchinson good. Like he's gonna
No,
produce.
I don't think so.
He's gonna produce.
And you know what? I don't know, man. I some
as quick.
of the tackle. I watched Darnell Wright from Tennessee leave him with nothing all game, and I'm not huge on Darnell Wright. So like that, I don't know. That's telling to me.
Good
That
offensive
shows
lineman though coming out of Tennessee though.
he is good, but he shouldn't be Will Anderson good.
I don't know.
I like Jalen Carter.
I don't
I
know.
like Jalen Carter.
If I'm Chicago, I don't know if I risk losing a guy like Jalen Carter.
Who's a hater? Why am I hating?
I don't know.
Or Will Anderson.
I don't hate Will Anderson.
No, I think he wants to know why you're not a big fan of Will Anderson.
I didn't say that. I don't. You shouldn't. You should be able to put up some serious tape on a guy that's probably like a late first, early second round tackle. If you're going to be, you were talking about a 1-1 overall pick.
I think Gannon, right?
Yeah.
Defensive minded coach.
Yeah.
Just went to Arizona.
Yeah, he's going to look to build, and I think he should.
So I think Chicago.
So you
if
think
they
Chicago has to?
I think.
Oh,
I think
okay.
if Chicago's
You know
like
what?
I can move
That's
back,
good.
Arizona might move back. I think that's insanity.
That's fair. Okay, so you would just say instead of building, just take the pick, get your guy that's going to
But
help
I
you.
will tell you.
I will
tell you.
hate that at
If
all.
Chicago moves from 1,
Yeah,
they move out of 4
they move back again.
because they'll get the opportunity for Carolina to trade up.
From 9. Oh.
Because you got to jump Oakland
Oh man.
or Las Vegas. Sorry.
Well, I mean, I still messed that up too. Oh man. Okay, so then I mean, like, if they do that, I almost still see that like as tanking. I would be honest. You're passing up stellar pieces at that point.
That's why I'm saying why even leave 1? If you're going to leave 1, you might as well leave 4.
Yeah, I agree.
Because you're not going to get anything better.
I mean, so at 4, right, we can come to the understanding.
Will Anderson.
You're going to get Will Anderson or you're going to get Jalen Carter. I would have to go. I would have to say it's going to be Will Anderson. I would take Jalen Carter move.
But you're assuming that their guy is Will Anderson then.
Damn. Yeah, just take Jalen Carter at 1.
I would take Jalen Carter at 1. And then make Indy fight it out with the Texans. I don't, unless you're getting 3 firsts from Indy.
Yeah, if you are that big on Carter, take him at 1.
Unless you're getting 3 firsts from Indy.
Ooh, 3 ones.
And I'm going to make Indy pay and say this is Josh Allen because that's what the comps are right now. Is Will Levis is Josh Allen? Don't agree with it. I don't agree with it. That's what I was watching the NFL, I was watching ESPN. Ryan's been talking about this. Other people have been talking about this.
That's not good. Like, to an extent, right? Because if Will Levis cannot...
Turnover ratio, right. I agree.
If Will Levis cannot run, then he's not Josh Allen.
Well, I think he has... They're saying he has the athleticism and the talent.
Okay, that's great, but Josh Allen is not accurate.
I don't disagree. We've looked at the stats, so...
So the only thing is... So say Will Levis does go to Indy. You know what his saving grace would be? He has 2 receivers that have catch radius like the size of semis. I think that would be that would be a saving grace, and then you have Mo Alley Cox, who's just he's a skyscraper at tight end.
I think it's funny that Brandon's completely agreeing with us.
Well, why? I think that this makes sense. Yeah. I think if you move out, you're probably now that I forgot they got Gannon. They forgot they was a D coordinator.
Yep,
that is big, and you know what he's used to? Stellar defensive linemen. So that is telling to me. I didn't consider that. There's no way they move out and expect to still have Carter, in my opinion, then.
I just want to put that out there. All right, let's do a break here. I think we kind of took that side of the NFC over. We're going to jump right into Guess That Player this week. This one kind of a little more fun. So let's jump right into it, Johnny.
Luckily, it's just me.
Oh, it's Johnny, too. Johnny didn't see you. How are you? All right, so this is career stats for these guys. All these guys are quarterbacks, just an FYI.
They're all quarterbacks?
All of them are quarterbacks in the show.
Okay.
So on the left, you got age 30. On the right, you got age 28. Left, games played 93, completion percentage 62.6, touchdown to interception ratio 151 to 66. Number of teams played on 3, passer rating 89.3. On the right, games played 64, completion percentage 64.2, touchdown to interception ratio 68 to 43. Number of teams played on 3, passer rating 86.4. As you can see, the passer rating, that is the one out of 158.3. Also, to give you a quick heads up, there was one other thing I wanted to say. I don't remember now. Hey, a lot going on here. I do have...
I don't know if I can guess because... Me being closer to the screen,
you can see him.
I can see it.
Well, don't stare at the screen like so hard.
93 games to 64. I mean, 2-year difference. I mean, that's what 16. I mean, okay, so.
The other hint, if you guys are ready,
is it? How old's Russell Wilson?
He's over 30.
Is he?
I think so.
So the other hint for anybody out there is these are both second overall picks.
Oh shit.
Yeah, Russell Wilson's 34.
In the last decade.
All right, I'm going to say it's Trubisky on the right.
Yes.
Shut up.
I would have to say Trubisky.
And then
I don't even know if it is.
Second overall quarterbacks?
Yeah, don't just say yes or no if you know the answer to. Do you ever see me say that?
Yes.
No, I don't. Not until like 5 minutes in.
So it is Mitch. And I'm blanking
I
out.
don't know it.
I'm blanking out right. It's like Carson Wentz isn't 30, is he?
That was going to be my guess.
I'm gonna say Wentz and Mitch. I feel like Wentz came out after Mitch though. I don't think Carson Wentz is 30.
Wentz did not come out after Mitch.
Yeah.
Really? All right. Well, then I'm gonna go Wentz and Mitch.
So
Because I think Wentz was.
Wentz and Mitch. You got it. Just an FYI, Wentz is 2016
Okay.
and Mitch is 2017.
Okay.
Right.
All right.
So 1 year off the wrong direction.
I don't know why I thought that.
Let's jump on to the next one. Quarterbacks also. All right. Career
Oh, okay.
stats. Games played on the left, 80. Completion percentage, 66.3. Touchdown interception ratio, 192 to 49. Number of teams, 1. Passer rating, 105.7. Shut up. It's
You got to
obvious.
do something with the hair. Jeez.
No, it's obvious. This one's obvious.
So that that one's Mahomes.
when you see the stats, it's obvious. Games played, 24. Completion
gotta look at
percentage,
hairs.
54. Touchdown interception ratio, 12 to 21. Number of teams played on 3. And passer rating, 61.1.
26.
This one's more of a curveball. This one's fun.
So
Both these guys were taken 10th overall.
Mahomes was a 10th overall pick.
Yeah. In the same draft as Mitch Trubisky.
Oh shit, bud.
3 years.
That's why Bo's pissed. Because
well,
they took Mitch over Mahomes.
John's got it.
Josh Rosen on the right.
Is it Rosen? I don't think. Did Rosen?
I can't see
Did he
him.
fall to 10? Oh, I like that. You know what?
I don't know why that first one you can always see. It's so weird.
I think he's been.
I think
on,
I'm gonna double
Well,
that.
the
later.
I
last
think
one I- the
Rosen's
last
been
one
on
I
more
can
than
see
3
both.
teams though. I don't know. You know what? I like that. I like that take.
Well, Rosen was Miami, Arizona, and Cleveland. He was on the practice squad with Cleveland, but
He's actually right.
am I?
It's Josh Rosen. Go
Is
ahead.
it really?
Josh Rosen.
Oh!
That was a very good guess.
No shit.
Good call, dude. I forgot he fell
Pat
that
myself
far.
on the back.
And Josh Rosen was taken in the
Because I remember him
the Baker
saying
Mayfield
that,
draft.
2018 draft.
Yep.
Because I remember him saying
And Patrick
that.
Mahomes was taken in the 2017 draft. All right, let's go to the last one.
I remember him saying that 9 teams regret.
Career
passing
stats
it.
on the left, 86 games played, completion percentage 61.3, touchdown interception ratio 139 to 96. Number of teams played on 2, passer rating 87.5. On the right, games played 72, on completion percentage 61.4, touchdown and interception ratio 102 to 64. Number of teams played on 3, passer rating 86.5.
I know who that is.
On the right.
God damn it. It's Baker Mayfield.
I just don't
You can
notice. I just don't notice with like the shoulder pads and the silhouette. Like that's pretty obvious.
God damn it.
But that's fine. Who's on the left?
I don't know.
Gino?
That's what I that was my initial thought, but I don't think it is.
Both these guys were first overall draft picks.
Okay, so I think I
yeah,
think Gino
Gino.
was one. Yeah.
But did Gino go anywhere after the Jets or before
See,
Seattle?
I don't know.
Keep in mind, both these guys were in the last decade.
Gino's been in the league for more than 10 years.
I don't know. I'm just saying.
You know what? Ride. I'm gonna ride with it.
All
this
right.
isn't Russell.
Hold on.
Ooh, no, Gino. No. That's right. Gino's over 30. We should have known that.
He was
Damn.
Oh,
he's
because Jameis
32.
with Tampa.
Gino's 32. Yeah, I did give you the age.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did.
But what do you think of that, though? Because before we get back into the offseason talk, 29,
Oh, that's right, that was
27, both these guys are UFAs.
Give me Baker.
Now, why?
The passer rating for Winston's better, though.
Passer rating's better. I guarantee Winston has more passing yards.
Baker's completion percentage is 0.1 better. His TD interception ratio.
Yeah, but passer rating has to do with game management.
I agree. Well, kind of.
I agree that 1 point is like probably slim to none.
Yeah,
But I mean, I like Baker. No
And-
matter what, I still
And John,
would ride
also
Baker.
keep in mind 33 interceptions were from one season.
well, still though,
with
that's
Jameis Winston.
that's still
with Jameis Winston.
well,
Right.
so was 30 touchdowns.
Right.
So I guess I look at that.
I don't mind crab legs and all, but
Like look at it this
not
way.
when his hands are covered in
Look at
butter on
it.
the field.
Look at it this way. Okay, so there's 14 game difference, and there's about 37 touchdowns and 32 picks.
Say, let me give you some.
So that's
other,
that's Jameis's one season, and they're like the same guy.
Let me give you. I didn't do
14
an
games.
overlay for this. I wanted to do an overlay for this. Some notable mentions, right? Because we're talking draft here coming up. First overall picks: Jared Goff, Kyler Murray, Joe Burrow, Trevor Lawrence.
Okay.
Second overall: Marcus Mariota, Zach Wilson. Third overall, Sam Darnold, Blake Bortles, Trey Lance. Fifth overall, Tua. Sixth overall, Daniel Jones, Justin Herbert. And seventh overall, Josh Allen. Those are the quarterbacks that have been taken in the last, and that's within the last, I think, like 8 years in the top 10. So what do we got? Like 5 hits?
Right.
Herbert, Mahomes. Do we want to call Allen a hit yet?
I mean, yeah.
Okay, so Allen, Trevor Lawrence. I think we can call Trevor Lawrence a hit.
Trevor Lawrence is a
But
hit.
it's like 4 through 7th that are more of the hits than the first through 30.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, Trevor Lawrence, Joe Burrow
Well,
first.
can we say Trevor because he's had one bad year his rookie year and then he had his good year for his sophomore year.
yeah, he showed up in his sophomore year.
Well,
That's,
that was my question.
that shows a sign of
But
growth.
But you asked Josh Allen, can we?
No,
count
I
Josh
asked him Trevor Lawrence too.
Yeah, I said yes.
Yeah.
I think Trevor Lawrence is going to
But
shock a lot of people. He's going to take a big step
I
this
would
year.
say Jared Goff has been to the playoffs. That's the first overall
Been to the
pick.
Super Bowl, boys.
Right. That's a first overall pick, right?
They no,
they lost that one.
They didn't win it with him, right? It was
Right.
Stafford.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I would say, but what have they done other than?
But he almost
Stafford?
went to the playoffs again, though, right?
Yeah.
He struggled. He went to a new team, and he went back to the playoffs.
And you can argue that was nothing to do with him. That was
going to
entirely the
Detroit?
lack of defense. The
Oh,
offense
yeah.
was putting it. They were
Detroit?
putting it
Over
on
on the
teams
Rams?
all year. No, Goff. And Detroit
Detroit?
this year.
Yeah.
They almost went to the playoffs. They didn't.
But that was on Jared Goff.
Yeah.
Right.
No,
Oh,
no, no,
yeah,
no. I
okay.
said that was on the defense.
Okay.
Yeah.
okay.
I would not put that on Goff at all.
Right,
Dude
right.
was dragging his bag on.
But
on
I'm
teams.
just saying, Jared Goff's a hit at one. I think. Now franchise hit. It's hard.
Right, because it was Goff and Wentz that year.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Jared Goff was a hit at
No,
one.
it's Goff and Nick Foles.
Kyler Murray.
No, I mean like 1 and 2
he's
in the
talking
draft.
In the
yeah,
draft.
Yeah.
Kyler Murray. Are we going to call that a hit yet?
No. See, no,
if
he
you
hasn't
call
made the
Trevor
playoffs.
Lawrence a hit, do you call Kyler a hit?
T-Law made the playoffs.
I would not call Kyler a hit at all.
I would say, do you know what sucks is?
I think you have to say he got a contract.
Yeah, but he got a contract because he forced it.
He pulled
That's a good point, too.
Joe Flacco.
Joe Flacco won a Super Bowl.
then got a contract.
Well, Joe
then
Flacco was
hasn't done
gifted a
anything.
Super Bowl because Ray Lewis was retiring.
Gifted.
per script.
different.
Per script.
Well, come on.
script.
You tell me that. Peyton had no business winning that last Super Bowl
Lights
either, but they all knew he was
went out.
Von
retiring.
Miller.
All right, and then,
Yeah,
but my
Von
point is, your first overall, guys, Jared Goff, Kyler Murray, Joe Burrow, Trevor Lawrence. Those are the ones I didn't put up there. And then Carson Wentz. No, Jameis Winston, Baker Mayfield. There's a couple more first in that decade, but that's 6 right there. No, that actually might be it in the decade. There might be one other one. I think there was one in 2020 or 13. I have 14 up. No, I have 15 up. I don't have 13 and 14.
I mean, maybe? I don't know.
Not a
Kyler-
single one has been hit at the third pick.
No,
No.
So I'm not picking a quarterback in 3 in the last decade.
that's funny. But like Herbert went to, was it 6, 7?
Justin Herbert was the 6 along with Daniel Jones.
Right.
Josh
That's
Allen
funny.
was 7, and like he said, Patrick Mahomes was 10th, but Josh Rosen was also 10th. So like he first to worst right there.
Right.
Like Sam Darnold. Oh yeah, Sam Darnold, Blake Bortles, and Trey Lance were all 3rd. Sam Darnold's a bust.
Yeah.
Blake Bortles bust.
Bortles took him to, wow.
He took Jacksonville to the playoffs, but bust.
Bust. They went to the AFC Championship game, I thought.
I think so. That
but,
defense was solid.
But then
though.
you look at like Trey Lance. I'm sorry.
Bust.
I'm calling him a bust, but
He's a bust,
Did you
dude.
hear? Did you hear the Trey Lance talk? Come off that, please. Did you hear the Trey Lance talk? So Trey Lance had an off-season conversation with somebody in Tennessee, and he said, "I love being in Tennessee. I don't ever want to leave here." And then he went back, talked to Shanahan. He goes, "Did you hear about the trade rumors to Tennessee?" And he's like, "What are you talking about?" And then he told him the situation. He goes, "Wow, people take things out of context." And it's like, bro, you straight up said
You love
didn't
Tennessee.
want to leave Tennessee. You love being there.
Yeah.
Now, does that mean he's talking about football?
Yeah,
He was
he
on a
did-
football
was he-
show
was-
having the conversation.
Oh, well, see, that's
so
where it gets.
Now, the question is, right, we're talking offseason. Is there a trade possibility that Tannehill has to teach Trey Lance how to play football? Or is Trey Lance stuck in San
Well,
Francisco?
so the other thing would
They
be
move like
is-
3 1s for that pick, dude.
Speaking of that, let's just go into San Francisco. Let's talk about that division.
Oh, sorry, no, I didn't mean to cut you.
No, I was gonna say. So the other thing would be is if Trey Lance moves, then would they sign Jimmy G again, or would they draft a late?
They're not.
G
Jimmy G's not going
ride
back.
with Mr. Irrelevant.
Jimmy G's not going back.
Jimmy G is a UFA,
Right.
and
If I'm Jimmy G, you're going to pay me stupid money.
So
He ain't going back.
I'm going to say that QB is a need, especially if Lance gets
I
traded.
would like to see Jimmy G in Tennessee. Actually,
That offense is just death, dude. I don't like it. You got
Jimmy
Derrick
G
Henry.
really never had wide receivers though. He's a check down guy. So if you keep running the ball and checking down, he's accurate in short spurts.
I mean, yeah,
And he's a good game manager. Tannehill tries to do something with what
but
doesn't-
he needs an offensive line. Tennessee's offensive line's not good.
Tannehill tried to do something with A.J. Brown, and it was looking good. A.J. Brown, Corey Davis, that pair looked really good when Tannehill went there.
It did.
And then they got rid of A.J. Brown and Corey Davis.
Yep.
And then
They're like,
Tannehill's
oh, Tannehill sucks. It's like, well, what the frick?
what is he throwing to? And I
Yeah.
like Westbrook Akine,
I mean, yeah,
but like he's a third wide receiver.
yeah, at best.
So, but let's move into. Sorry, Johnny. Let's move into the West. Do you have? Oh, dude, I don't even have this.
All right, sorry, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do it live.
Well,
So right now, their starting cap is 3.1 for San Francisco. Right now. So let's see if we can't move some money.
all right. So they have no first or second or third round pick.
Ooh, restructure Trent Williams. That's gonna be a must.
That is huge. No first, second, or third round pick.
Right.
I mean, yeah, they gave up
Apparently,
everything
they're
for the ship, bro, and they pulled the Rams and they fell short. They got
Yeah, but second or third? Oh, they traded for Christian McCaffrey.
Yep.
Yes.
Wow.
So I look at it like this, right? You got to restructure Trent Williams, right there, right? Restructuring Trent Williams, you go from 3.1 to 16.8 million
You're
dollars.
welcome, by the way.
What? For this?
Showing you that.
Well, I said it was on last year. I just didn't use it because I'm stupid. Eric Armstead, boosh, restructure him. You go up to 24.2. So they actually have options. I mean, you could even do Fred Warner.
They can restructure a lot of their. They can restructure
Yeah.
a lot of their defense.
I mean, George Kittle. I mean, come on. So like
So-
right there, if you restructure 4 guys, you're up to 40 million.
So so after that though, if you look, Trey Lance's dead cap is 20 mil. He's not going anywhere this year.
no. That's
They
why
can
I said
trade
trade.
him.
That's why I said trade to Tennessee. No, if they trade,
And-
like that, Tennessee takes on that cap hit. Well,
Okay.
In my
if they
opinion, you trade him. You trade him for whatever. You accept the loss. You might get a 1, but I don't
You're
know
not getting a
why
1.
you would get a 1.
You're not
You'd
getting
get
one.
like
I
a
don't-
third or a fourth.
I don't even know if
So
you
you
get
lose
that.
those picks. It is what it is. You still built a fantastic team without those ones.
Right.
You're good.
So Trey Lance's cap hit currently is 9 mil.
Yes.
So you eat the 9, trade him for a fourth,
I agree.
be done.
Be gone.
I think the hardest part about that, right, is you gave up 3 ones.
Right.
I mean, yeah, you get
Do you wait another year?
you
And
can
that's- and
restructure
that's
a
why-
lot of these
and
top
that's
dudes.
why
Oh yeah,
Trey
you're gonna be
Lance
fine.
has to start over Brock Purdy.
Ooh.
If you don't move on
Oh,
from Trey Lance,
man.
that's why Trey Lance has to start.
You have to see what you
You
have,
got to see what you have.
Well, yeah, and
or showcase them for somebody else.
and we said that during. The
I don't know if
season,
you want to
too.
do that if he's not good.
I know that's what I'm saying. So like,
Yeah, we said that during the season.
because he'll
too,
be good for
that-
preseason. I'm pretty sure.
Yes.
I mean, dude, you're it. This is all you. You got to show me something.
What does Ayuk look like? What's his contract look like? Because you're on their stuff. I'm just kind of curious.
Oh, I
because-
honestly, he wasn't a top dude. So
almost 4 mil
Yeah,
dead
you-
cap, and that's his cap hit too.
Is he signed this year then?
yeah, he's not a free agent.
2025 is UFA, and then it's for Spot Track. It says club
Spotrack.
2024. I don't know what that means.
Did you say 2023 is UFA?
2025.
Okay, so he's signed. You're good.
I
He's
don't,
signed
I don't
for-
know what 2024 means.
Yeah, he's okay for me.
It says club for 2024.
Club option.
Okay.
Jinx.
It's all right. I already got my sprites from you.
Whatever. So repeat.
Yeah, I mean, you could rinse and repeat this.
Yeah, I think this is a.
You
I
can.
think that defense took him there this year. I
I
think they can do it again.
As long as they restructure everyone,
Yeah, with
they'll
Purdy,
be back in
with
the Super
Purdy
Bowl.
behind center, which they can restructure literally like
Well,
half
that's
of
if the
their top
players
10
want to
guys.
restructure.
Well, sure, but like if you want to
Kittle,
go back,
I think Kittle restructures.
Yep.
I think Bosa signed.
he's not up
I
for
don't
it.
think
Yeah, he's up. He's signed through next year, right? Because he's still on his rookie deal, but he's gonna get stupid money.
But he's also 20 and a half dead cap and 18.
Well, it's
cap
just
hit.
fine. It's his 5th year on his
Yeah.
contract.
yeah.
That's
No,
why.
he's gonna be fine.
That's a standard deal. Now they could sign him and restructure that if they wanted to.
They could.
He's UFA in 2026. Potential out 2024.
Oh,
Yeah.
then he's already signed.
Yeah.
They must have signed him already.
Did we miss that? I know we talked. I know we would have talked
5
about
years,
it.
75 mil.
Yeah, we talked about
Yeah,
it.
he-
we just
yeah.
we just forgot about it. Do they bring Jimmy G back? No, I don't think so. They should probably look to bring back some of their offensive linemen though.
If they find a way to restructure everyone and be under 40, like you said, under 40 million from where they're at currently,
Yep,
the Super Bowl.
I think so.
I think it's a repeat year for them.
I do
But
too.
Super Bowl's a whole other story. Shanahan just can't win in the NFC title. game.
I'm not saying
Damn.
they'll win in the Super Bowl, but I'm saying they'll make it to the Super Bowl.
Woo!
Well,
Heard
now
it here
that's-
first.
That's bold. That's some bold shit.
I'm calling Cincy 49ers Super Bowl.
Oh
Wow,
man!
it's
Wow,
early.
we're going back to the Bengals.
It's early. Well,
That's if they're not playing the Chiefs.
then the NFL will take that one over.
Right. Anyways,
You got it. You heard it here first. Scripted.
I mean, it's something. It's hard. It's
I don't
hard
know,
to.
apparently the script has already come out. So
I mean, I will say.
It's been out already? How did we not get our copy?
I need my copy.
That's some BS, man.
Listen here, Roger.
Goodle. All right. So I don't know, man. San Francisco,
if they don't trade up,
I think at 100, I don't think they're trading up. As crazy as that sounds, I think you should try to trade back into the second and try to pull a receiver.
at least second, yes.
I mean, the beginning of the fourth, you have all those picks. You can still add pieces.
No, third round.
What's that?
Third round. 3/3.
How do you get, just out of curiosity,
How those thirds?
those are 3/4. Are those,
Those are the beginning of the fourth round.
they might be compensatory picks.
Could be.
Oh, all right.
It looks like it says third.
Oh, whatever.
They could be compensatory picks. Now I got to look at it. I hate you.
Anyway,
Anyways,
no, I think you can add some defensive guys like their secondary, which wasn't the best this year. It was actually pretty bad. They're losing a bunch of dudes in their secondary, but they're all old. They're all aging out. You can look to bring
They're
one of
all of them are compensatory picks.
Oh, okay.
So they don't even have a 4th round draft pick. The NFL said, you suck. You got rid of some players that were okay. Here's 3 third comps.
Damn. All right.
They literally have traded away all their picks, and the 3 picks that they have are comp picks. Oh, wait, hold on. They're 5th and 6th, so 174 and 217 and 256. They have 6 comp picks this year. So they should only have 4 picks in this draft.
teams also get compensatory picks for how many minorities are on their staff
Yeah, I know that.
and GM.
I know that.
I'm looking at Steven.
What?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so like if it's a GM,
You didn't know that?
or if it's a GM,
You just get a pick?
yeah.
Oh, yeah, for hiring like a black head coach or just a black linebacker coach, you
What?
can get a comp pick.
Why? Why?
and it
The
Browns
depends
just got
on-
one.
Yeah. So if it's a head coach, it's like a second or third.
Did we
or
lose
third or
one because we
fourth.
fired Joe Woods?
If it is,
That's ridiculous.
If it's a GM, it's like a second. Or you get like 2 if it's like a black GM. Yeah.
Well,
So Stefanski really hurt us.
yes.
yeah, but AB should have helped us. That's ridiculous.
No, AB, we did get a comp pick for AB, I'm pretty sure.
That is ridiculous.
We got a comp for the guy before AB also.
That's racist as shit.
I don't care about that.
Oh, man.
I think it's
I
funny.
mean, I'm not trying to talk politics, but like that's.
I
I
agree.
mean, what kind of? I mean, like so. What?
Thank you, Rooney's. And now they're getting
Jesus.
sued.
Wow. All right, we'll talk about that another
And-
day. We got to get through this. Jesus Christ, that's ridiculous.
It's life.
Wow.
So the next team, right? Because
job,
we
Roger.
think they're going to repeat. We think
White Knight.
We think they have to do something with Trey Lance. We think that Brock Purdy is probably the better option based on what we've seen. But they have to do something with Trey Lance. I think they're good at quarterback, though. I don't think they're going to touch anything for now. They might draft a guy in the 5th or 6th.
I mean, can they?
quarterback.
Right, because Purdy's going to be there for a minute. Trey Lance is you spend a bunch of capital.
Well, Purdy's technically only there for 3 years.
No, that's why I said a minute because he's got 2 more.
Scary
is he your
thought.
guy?
What if he comes out and he does what like Jimmy G did, just stays healthy though?
I mean, then he's your guy.
Trey Lance gets traded middle of the year.
I mean, you
have to sign him next.
he's Kirk Cousins light.
You'll have to sign him at the end of next year.
If he stays healthy, he's Kirk Cousins light.
Trey Lance and like a 6th for Tannehill and 2/5.
Why would you trade for Tannehill?
Back
Oh,
up.
Right.
Tannehill's got to accept the role.
Honestly,
Right.
Tannehill might come in and start because he actually has dudes to catch and he can dump it down. That fits that offense pretty good.
That's actually not a bad idea. If you do want to get rid of Trey Lance, I think the issue with getting rid of Trey
And you
Lance
get
and
your
getting
veteran.
Tannehill is that you're waiting on Purdy.
With a better offensive line, with a better defense.
Hands down, better wide receivers.
Oh man, that might be a Tannehill win.
Just saying.
That's a W.
That's if he starts.
I think he would.
Oh, regardless. Because
All right.
you're helping Purdy out.
Let's move on to Seattle because this team is one of my favorite teams that I think should trade up.
What? Oh, yeah.
So what is Seattle losing?
Gino.
Gino, that's it? Well, they're going to sign Gino. We all think they're going to sign
They
Gino.
should sign Gino, right? So they're losing, Rashad Penny, which however you want to look at that. They're losing a center. A guard. Ooh, Drew Lock's a free agent too. Don't forget about that one. So they're losing the QB room. Do you re-sign Gino? That's one. Start there.
Do I re-sign Gino?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he's the best quarterback you've had in the last 5 years.
2 years.
Oh. 5 years.
Russ has not been anything in 3-4 years, man.
So then, are you saying the NFL has been duping us all?
Have they been scripting Pete Carroll?
Stop.
They haven't even been
yes.
in conversation talks.
What's that?
They haven't even been in playoff talks in the last 4 years.
I think some of that is the defense, the lack thereof. If I'm being honest, I think that's what I see with that.
That's what Pete Carroll has always been known for was their defense.
And their defense has been nothing.
The Legion of Doom.
The Legion of Oops.
Right.
Oopsies, I did oopsies.
Once those 3 are gone, or Cam shit the bed because he didn't have the other 2, bust.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, Russell Wilson, right?
Yeah.
14 games played.
Are we doing this right now?
14 games played, 2021. 180. Hold on. That's Russell. Jesus. All right, 14 games played, 259 for 400, 64.8 completion percentage, 3,000 yards, 4,000 yards a year before that, 4,000 yards a year before that, and then 3,000 a year before that. So, when you look at his ability, right, he's averaging around 65 QBR.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty good.
It's not bad.
It's not. Yeah, I mean, it's above average. A 65 QBR.
Did your internet go out?
No. Why? Oh, you're just having it. It's
I'm struggling connecting. I hear.
yeah, it happens every now and then.
Right.
I got to change all that stuff.
It is what it is. Okay, so Russ hasn't been it. So, are we going to put this on the defense? Was the offense good enough to win games last year? And the defense shit the bed?
Oh yes, hands down.
Okay.
And you could say that when Russ was there, right? Like that's what you were trying to say, is that even if Russ did let Russ cook year, right,
Yeah.
which was 3 years ago,
Yep.
that the defense just ended up at the end of the season not doing good. So, and I think you have all the weapons. You got Kenneth Walker now, which looks great for you.
Yeah, that's a good pickup. I mean, like you have some cap, right? They have 31.3 million, above cap. So they have some money.
I love C.J. Stroud here.
Now.
I freaking love C.J. Stroud here.
Really? So you don't think that they re-sign him?
I think they have to re-sign. I just don't think he gets a big contract. But I still love C.J. Stroud here.
Oh, man. So there's potential outs for Tyler Lockett in 2024 and then DK in 2025.
You can trade Tyler Lockett. We talked about that.
Yeah, you can. You can get a bunch for Lockett. Lockett is an underrated
Well, I think
receiver.
you can get like maybe a fourth.
But
Maybe,
how old is he?
doesn't matter. He doesn't
Yeah.
take hits.
Is he 30?
He's 30, yeah.
It matters.
No, I don't think so. Not a receiver.
He'll be
Careers
he'll
are
be 30
downhill.
He'll be 31.
All wide
When
receivers'
his-
careers
when
go
it-
downhill
when-
at 31.
Okay.
All of
He'll
them.
be 31 by the time the season starts.
100, no.
Yeah, he's 30 and 150 days.
Yeah, by the time the season starts?
It's 4 months.
Right.
He will be.
No.
Yeah, he will
It's
be.
120 days.
The season start?
You said 4 months.
September?
120 days?
But
150
we're
plus
in
120.
February, bro.
6 months.
March, April,
Not-
May, June, July, August.
You said 4 months.
I said 4 months.
So you were
did.
wrong. That's all right. Well, 6 is different than 4, buddy.
Well, he said 150 days.
Jeez. Was it? So it's still at 300. So yeah, he'll be close to 31 by season start.
He will be 31.
Maybe.
Regardless, we're rounding up 20 days or however.
No, he
Potentially.
will be 31 when the season starts.
I mean, so you do not have them re-signing Gino,
I have them re-signing Gino. I don't think they have a choice.
but you have them drafting Stroud at 5.
I have them moving to get Stroud.
Oh, see, do they have?
This is who Chicago should trade with.
So they'll move 5 and 20. They'll go get Stroud at 1.
This is who Chicago should trade with, not the Colts.
And then Seattle picks up. If Geno resigns, then Seattle picks up best wide receiver.
At 50 or at 38.
Yeah, and throw Lockett in part of this trade deal to get the first overall pick.
Oh God, could you imagine Keenan Allen, and you get a first?
What do you mean, Keenan?
Keenan Allen, Tyler Lockett.
Thank you,
That's what, right.
Tyler Lockett, and you get a first.
Right.
I mean, 5. Okay, so it'd be 5 and Lockett for 1. They're not doing
Because
that.
now look at Chicago's wide
Who's not doing that?
receivers.
Chicago?
Chicago's not doing that.
Chicago.
5 and Lockett, they're not doing that.
Hold on. You got Darnell Mooney. You have Chase Claypool, and
Yeah.
now you would have.
I think you need a
Tyler
big. I
Lockett.
think they need a big body receiver. I
Which
think
is
they need
supposed to be
DK.
Claypool.
I think they need DK.
They wouldn't throw DK in this though.
Exactly.
I agree. I agree.
Exactly.
But I think they would need DK.
But
I think they do that for DK. I think they do 5 and DK for 1-1.
But it doesn't mean there's not more, right? They could trade 2/3. Like, you could trade more. Look what they have here.
Yeah.
You got the 38, the 53, the 84, the 120. Like, you have more to trade.
5.
I'm just calling out players that could.
Or
be
what if you
looking at
trade-
Because
what if
Mooney,
you
Mooney
trade-
and Lockett are similar.
What if you trade
in styles?
5, Lockett, 38, and 53?
5 Lockett. I mean,
too much?
Why is that
for,
too much?
for 1-1 for your quarterback of the future?
I would get rid of 53. I wouldn't do 38 and 53.
Well, you're not. Think on Chicago's level. Don't think on Seattle's
I
level.
know. No, I know.
It's
Don't-
because it's what Chicago would be willing
Yeah,
to give.
it's what
or
Chicago
yeah.
wants, not what Seattle wants.
And if
See-
Chicago does that, they're
And keep in mind, if Seattle does think Stroud's the guy,
yeah.
like now Chicago has 53 and 54, and they get the 38 because they don't have a second round pick.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, they do, but they just have a higher second round pick now, so they got 3 seconds now. If I'm Chicago, that's what I want.
But you're losing Jalen Carter and probably Will Anderson.
Right.
No,
Well, no, you
no, because you have Will.
Well, you'd have
the
the fifth.
You have the Colts taking a quarterback,
presumably
right?
the Texans. The people. I don't think the Texans should take a quarterback.
I don't think
but
they should too, but the Texans
it-
could take a
But if
quarterback.
Chicago trades back, they'd have the 5th, so they might have the chance on Jalen Carter.
because you're expecting. So there'd be 3 quarterbacks. Probably Carter. So it'd be Will Anderson.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Or Will Anderson.
I'm just saying.
I mean, Will Anderson, and then you're gaining what 2 more seconds and a receiver, presumably.
Yeah.
I mean, that's hard. That's hard to say no to, right?
I-
Because you can still build on
Dude,
that.
my best prospect.
You can still add
I-
quality defensive
No
players.
one talks. If it's funny because, and I don't know why. I don't. Maybe I'm stupid, but
I mean,
I
maybe.
love Seattle trading to 1 in this draft.
Okay. See, and that's how I feel with the Colts.
I would say
that's
that's
what
the most realistic.
It just sounds good. It fits, but Seattle's got the firepower with picks.
I would say Seattle or the Colts would be the 2 most realistic ones to trade.
No one talks about Seattle. Nobody.
No, nobody.
And I will laugh. I will laugh if, like, the closer we get to the draft,
Yeah.
all of a sudden we hear Seattle wants to trade up.
It would-
Seattle wants to trade
it would
up.
be funny.
Well, it'll be all rumor stuff. It'll be hearsay.
Oh yeah, like
Draft day.
like what they
jeez.
came out in Houston and said they're taking a quarterback like
Yes.
the day after the season.
Yes.
Hey, we're taking a quarterback in the draft. I can't see any more smoke in front of that pick.
No.
Right.
I hope they don't, because they, with getting D'Amico Ryan, I really hope they go defensive.
Which is, like I told you, this is why I think, and dude, even more, I think Seattle trades up if the Bears stay. I think Seattle goes to Arizona. They jump the Colts.
Ooh.
If they do that, then
If
they'd be
the
looking at
Bears
quarterback.
stay and the Texans stay and Arizona's there, Seattle jumps the Colts.
I'd only see that if Seattle plans on getting a quarterback.
Right? I could see Arizona
Correct.
moving back
Correct.
because Arizona's probably not taking a quarterback, even though it's possible. I don't think they do. If they jump the Colts, right, it's because, like you said, the Bears took Carter or Anderson, Texans Carter or Anderson. They're like, oh well, the two best guys are here or they're gone.
Right.
We can move back, grab a pick or something, and we could still get whatever we want because they're going to take quarterbacks.
Right.
That's
But
a good move. That's a good move for Arizona.
But even if the Bears take Carter, right, and Houston takes a quarterback,
Yeah.
and then Seattle goes, shit, the Colts are here and my quarterback's still here. Arizona, you want to trade? Sure, because we know the Colts aren't taking Will Anderson.
Yeah.
So the Arizona's still safe at 5.
Yeah. I agree.
I think Seattle is the team that makes the most sense to move up. Personally.
Yeah, I mean they have the firepower. I mean, if you give them 5 and 20,
here's
moves
why I
up.
don't like the Colts moving up, right? Because outside of Carolina, the Raiders, or Seattle going to 1, the Colts don't need to move.
Move for your guy. I mean, like I get what you're saying, but like if you come out, and you're like, listen, we want this guy. We really want Bryce Young, which I think is a bad pick. But
They want Will Levis. That's everything is around Will Levis, and I think taking Will Levis number 1 overall. I got to do more tape study on Will Levis. Everything I've seen, everybody's comparing him to Josh Allen.
I haven't heard that, and when you told me, I was very upset.
He's a big-bodied guy. He's
Doesn't
athletic. I don't know how good his arm strength is. I think I heard his arm strength was strong, but Josh Allen's not a number 1 overall pick.
No.
He was 7th, and he still has yet to win an NFC title or an AFC title game.
I agree, and he should. I mean, you can make the argument that
He hasn't even made it to an AFC title game.
no.
The Browns did. Since he did.
The Browns made.
Didn't we lose the AFC title to the
The Chiefs.
Kansas City Chiefs?
Yeah.
On that big
Oh
hit.
yeah, that's right.
Yep.
Oh my Lord, the Browns made Baker Mayfield made the AFC title.
Yes,
Okay,
and
what?
we should have won.
Which
Baker should have
again-
went to a Super Bowl.
Which again,
Yeah, we. I know.
which would be why I would take Baker over Jameis.
I can give you.
No.
I'll give you that because Baker's best year, he almost went to a Super Bowl. I can't argue that.
Yeah, Jameis.
But
did.
again, if you look at Baker's stats that year, it was the same as Lamar without the rushing.
Yep.
So like, I don't like Baker as the guy.
No.
Baker's a game manager.
Yep.
I don't
So-
know when Jameis is going to have his hands full of butter.
But
Jesus
Jameis
Christ.
has a higher ceiling than Baker.
I agree. I
Better
do.
arm talent. Might be a little less accurate. Little less. But better arm talent. So it's proven. It's not even arguable.
No.
So
Don't do it, John.
but this is why I like Seattle moving in this one.
All right, so
Personally.
you like Seattle moving. I don't hate that. I think they need to shore up the defense, in my opinion. I know you could take your quarterback of the future, but if your defense is what holding you back, it's just going to continue to hold it back. The 49ers have a good offense. The Rams, when healthy, they lost their 2 best guys. They lost Stafford, and they lost Cooper Kupp this year. So I mean,
This is where Reese would go.
this is where who?
Reese
Oh,
would go.
at 5 if they don't move.
Yeah.
You think?
Yeah.
If they're set with Geno for the next year, 2 years, 3 years, I mean, sure, I could see that.
Well, yeah, I mean, if they're signing Geno to 5 and they got him till he's 38,
Oof.
they're going defense.
God, 38 Geno.
Well, and if you guess what? If Geno's not the guy, guess who you drafted 1 overall next year, right?
Yeah, your guy. Which apparently the quarterbacks next year.
Which
are
is
supposed
why
to be
I
better.
don't think.
Was what they say
Which
every
is
year.
why I don't think you trade up to get a quarterback unless it's Stroud. I think Stroud's the guy this year, and maybe I'm an Ohio State guy. I don't know. I think Stroud's the best all-around guy
Yeah.
in my mind.
What I've seen from the tape I've watched on quarterbacks, it is.
And if you look what he did in the championship, well, the quarterfinals
Yes.
or semifinals.
Because I watched Stroud I watched tape on Bryce Young. Everybody's rating this dude the best pick in the draft. He's the highest graded person, and
I'm a combine guy for quarterbacks, so I'll
I-
wait to the combine. I want to see how these guys adjust to different receivers. I want to see how they are to be told what to do and how they react on cuts and pivots, and I think that matters more to me
Yeah.
is the combine.
all right. Let's go to the Rams.
Yeah, let's
Let's look at the The LA Rams.
I like how I don't have quarterback on there.
So you're confident in in Stafford coming back? You don't have quarterback on there.
No, I
Who's
don't.
their backup?
Nobody right now.
Well, so they're supposed to resign
So,
Baker. But
Baker's unsigned. John Wolford's unsigned. Bryce Perkins they're all free agents.
Yep.
So it's just Stafford.
Yeah,
Give me
I should
Baker.
have quarterback.
You want
on
Baker
there.
back?
I would take Baker back.
I think they will. I think they find a way to resign Baker
I do too.
because
Hands down.
if Baker can learn behind Stafford for one more year,
I think that
it
would
might
really
be
help him.
it might be a great thing for Baker to come in and
Learn behind
have a
quarterback
consistent
that
head coach,
Yep.
right? Learn behind a quarterback that's done it, and I think kind of has the same ability. I think Baker's a little more mobile than Stafford. Well, I probably guarantee Baker's more mobile
Probably
than
now.
Stafford.
Yeah, probably now. Yeah.
I think Stafford has a better arm than Baker, but
Yes.
I think Baker can learn from Stafford. Like we said, have a great coach, consistency, play on the same offense for 2-3 years under the same head coach, same offensive coordinator, same weapons, and then go. And they might have to draft. I think they might need to find a weapon this year, late in maybe around 168, 172, find a wide receiver.
Yeah, they're going to need to do that.
Cooper Kupp.
Cooper Kupp's getting up there.
I mean,
He just got injured, so this is his first big injury.
and he's in his 30s.
Well,
Yeah.
who's the other?
He's 29,
Who did they
actually.
just get this?
No.
That was a bust.
What do you mean that was a bust? Van Jefferson?
No, they just picked up this year from the Bears.
The Bears.
Yeah,
Oh, shit.
Allen Robinson.
Evans and Robinson. Yeah.
Yeah,
know
but
how-
He's
that
old
was,
too.
That was the Phil Odell spot.
Yeah.
That's all that was. I still like Van Jefferson. I don't know why they stepped away from him.
I think he was having a bunch of drops. I think that was the problem.
Yes.
So with the Rams, they
I think you got to go tackle. I mean, I like edge, but I don't like edge at 37.
I mean,
No, because all the good ones.
tackle at 30s. Ooh.
You might be able to get like Mouch here.
Oof. Ouch.
I know you don't like Mouch. I do.
So I've started watching film on Mouch. I don't hate him, but the talent he's played against, they're nobodies. I watched him against Arizona.
Well, you
right, the
you
best
did
team
play
he played
for
last
North
year.
Dakota State.
The best team he played against last year was Arizona. Okay, and I liked what he did against Arizona. I watched what he did against Montana, and he's just mauls dudes. He is good, but he's good against inferior talent.
Because he hasn't played anybody.
I agree. So
That's
I
not
mean,
saying that he can't play anybody. It's
at
just
37, a second-round guy, sure,
he slides well on his feet, though.
sure.
He's quick.
I agree. He is very quick. I agree.
Which keeps the edge out.
Short arms. That is
But the footwork matters.
the
and
foot.
that's-
I agree. I 100%. But you've played inferior talent. You're quick. You're quick enough against these guys, but you have short arms. What can you do? So I think in like combine stuff in this aspect, this will be a little different because it'll show true athleticism. Is he worth it?
At
And-
37, what are you giving up? You take the best tackle available on the board at 37. Mouch might not be the best tackle available on the board at 37.
It might not be. There might be a couple
There might
other
be
guys.
better. Correct.
So I think you take best tackle. I don't hate Mouch. Is it like a third round guy in my opinion?
I think in a deep defensive draft, you can take the next pick can be an edge.
I mean, yeah.
Is Aaron Donald coming back next year?
I don't know, man. It's not that Aaron Donald was necessarily the problem. It was the team, and then Donald kind of was like, "Listen, I'm hurt, so I'm not coming back."
I think this was like what Cincy did their year with their players.
I mean,
I think a lot of those guys said, "Shit, we're not even close to in it.
so
Let's
like,
just start giving our guys time to be healthy for next year."
Jesus, Donald's got an out in 2024, so he'll probably play this year,
But he might retire.
which he already did and came. Well, he didn't actually.
He talked about it this
but
year.
he
so.
should have.
I think it's too soon for him to retire, but if he's really feeling it and he already has the Super Bowl ring and you're waiting, I think retire. I think he'll be there as long as Stafford, though. I think they'll both retire
they're-
at the same time.
What they're negative 15 over or under cap. Restructure Cup. Donald.
I don't know if you restructure Cup. I think if you're going to do anything with Cup, trade him.
I don't disagree with that.
Like,
if you
do-
restructure Donald, you mean you're
Do what
puts
you
at
did to
negative
Robert
10.
Woods.
Restructure Ramsey. You restructure Donald and Ramsey. It puts you in positives at 1.5.
Donald's not going to restructure.
Probably not.
You can restructure Ramsey. Donald's not going to restructure. And I think if you're restructuring Ramsey, you definitely should go like maybe edge quick because that means Donald's going to retire.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't disagree. I think they got a lot to look at there. They got a lot to really try and figure out because
37's a trenches pick, though, I think.
For them, it probably will be. And it probably should be tackle because they couldn't do it last year without Whitworth. So
Well, and Matt Stafford got hit a lot.
yeah, that's why he got crippled.
Yeah, I forgot Whitworth retired in that Super Bowl. You're
Yep.
right.
Yep.
That was huge for them.
Arnold should have just done it at the same time.
They should have taken a bunch off. I mean, they're losing Taylor Rapp at safety too on defense. That's big. That'll be
yeah,
big.
but you can get that a little later in the draft.
But
Somebody
Taylor
that might produce.
Rapp was a pretty good guy. He was a pretty good pick.
All right, let's move on. Let's go to the worst team in that division and possibly next year, the Arizona Cardinals.
They're bad.
So Kyler Murray, just an FYI, I was just looking at this. He's only making $16 million next year on the cap hit.
Oh,
DeAndre Hopkins is the $30 million cap hit,
so I think they trade Hopkins.
and then Humphreys,
Humphreys.
DJ Humphreys, left tackle.
Oh, and they didn't block too good either. Their O-line was not great.
Yeah, but I think their left side's fine. I think up the middle, they got hit up the middle, and that's why Kyler constantly. But I don't think you put a lot of money in the O-line with a scrambling quarterback.
No, I mean they're losing their guard. They're losing Justin Pugh. They're losing their guard Rodney Hudson. They're losing the center. Cody Ford. They're losing.
They're paying James Conner $10 million next year.
Too much gone. Max Williams is gone at tight end.
Robbie Anderson's dead cap is $12 million.
Oh, James Conner potential out.
Gone.
James Conner potential out.
You know what? I see them taking a lot of offensive line.
$6.4 million if they get rid of James pre-trade. If they cut,
They're losing Dortch. Dortch had a really good year last year for them.
how was that a potential out? Potential out. Oh, 2024 is the potential out. I lied.
They're Byron Murphy at corner. They're losing. They're actually losing pieces they don't need to lose. What is their cap? Hold on. That's not great for them. Their cap, they're 13.5 over right now. They're okay.
Is that with? I would say is that with JJ?
That's with
Retired?
because JJ's not even on here, so he already retired. So they're already counting him off.
They got to be paying Zach Ertz some good money.
Zach Ertz is getting.
Yep, he's the fifth highest player.
Yeah, 8.7 with a bonus.
$10 million dead cap.
And a roster bonus.
$10 million dead cap. Marquise Brown, $13 million dead cap.
What I hate about Marquise Brown is that he is very good when he's on the field.
Robbie Anderson's
dog shit though.
Yeah, but their out of their top 7 players, 3 of them are wide receivers, and none of them. Wow. D-Hop's worth it, but
is he 30? Oh, is he worth 30?
He's a top 10 wide receiver at 30, though.
Sure.
That's pretty impressive.
No, like 30 million.
But Robbie Anderson, no, he's 22 is his dead cap.
They traded for Robbie Anderson. I mean, I don't know. Is he even out this year?
Yes, 2023 is his potential out.
Robbie Anderson does?
He cut.
Gone.
He gone.
He's out of here.
0 dead cap. Yeah, but you're only paying him $6.9. No way.
No,
That's 2022. Yeah, he gone. He gone.
Yeah, Robbie. There ain't no way.
That's a restructure, or he gone.
Yeah, I'm getting rid of Robbie Anderson.
Yeah, bye-bye, Robbie.
I mean,
I think
and you
so
saved $12 million. You saved 12. He's gone.
You're in good cap space at that point.
Marquise Brown, is he even out this year?
No.
No.
Here, I'll tell you right now. Marquise Brown. Nope, this is last year on his deal. No out.
So
this was. Oh, you know what? This is the reason why the Ravens traded him.
Yep.
Because they didn't want to make a deal.
Yep. I think Arizona does though.
And he's going to try to get paid DeAndre Hopkins money, but he won't be able to. So I think he's going to end up staying there for $13 million, playing through his contract, and then it's going to be a Christian Kirk.
Yep.
Thank you. Situation.
I think D-Hop gets traded. I mean, so Arizona's they're gonna find some money. They're gonna find a whole bunch of money. They're gonna come into it. I definitely see that happening. I think they're gonna try and re-sign some of these defensive pieces that actually didn't play awful. In the grand scheme, though, they're going to be drafting a lot of offensive line because the offensive line was not good.
And Rodney Hudson's their center is 34 years old.
Yeah, so they have a lot of age and they have a lot of mediocrity that they have to account for. maybe
they got Trey McBride, so like.
Okay, so
That's
they have a
young
good tight end,
stud.
right?
They got a good tight end.
Zach Ertz is still there. He's not. Zach Ertz is not an out. You have good tight ends. You have athletic tight ends. So you have guys that can catch the ball, right? They can both run routes. They can both catch the ball. You have pass catchers. You don't have an offensive line right now. I think they move back from 3. Unless they're going to take a stud defensive player, which they might. They might.
I don't think you take a tackle here. No way.
No
way.
No. John, can you bring up draft picks real quick?
It's 3.
Thank you.
And then I think they have one, obviously, at 36 or 35. So
I mean,
they have all of their own draft picks.
They maybe Seattle.
Seattle to 3, jumping the Colts.
Why not?
If the Colts move, I don't see that happening. Right? I already told you that. I can see them going and trading to Arizona if Chicago stays.
Yeah.
And
I can see him coming back. I
I think people just don't. I think people underestimate the fact that Geno's 32.
Yeah, that is a lot older than people think. He did have a good year. Nobody can take that away from him. Oh, well, it was DK. It was Lockett. Okay, well, listen.
He still
got to get the ball to
Lockett. He had a
Lockett.
comeback year.
Yes, he did.
And he still didn't make it to the playoffs.
Nope. Well, but how much of that was him? How much of that was the defense? I
think a lot of that has to do with every wildcard team in that division, except for one was like 12-3.
Yeah.
Like, or 12-5 or whatever. So I think that had a lot to do with it.
I think Arizona moves out of 3. Unless they have a shot at Carter or Anderson, they're moving out of 3. They're going to move out of 3. They'll probably take a corner because they need some serious help in the secondary. They need help honestly all across the defense, but they definitely need linemen. So there's going to be a bunch of
I agree.
Bunch of free agent signings for them. A bunch of gotta find good hit on good picks. I think they move out of 3, probably in the top 15 still. I think they draft probably best defensive player within the top 15. I would see a tackle at 35, right? John's 35. Can you bring that real quick?
Yeah, 35.
Yeah, and I could see. I mean, they're gonna be losing at least one receiver or 2 receivers, right? They're probably going to cut Robbie Anderson, and they're, I mean, presumably trading D-Hop. So, like, you have, and Greg Dortch is a free agent. So you're losing, presumably, 3 receivers. The only guy that might return is Marquise Brown. So you're going to have needs all over that place. That team is an absolute shambles. Oh, man, you really look at that, and it kind of, like, hits you like, oh, shit. They might suck for the next 2-3 years. And by then, Kyler's going to be getting paid, and you better hope that he hasn't been Kyler of the last 2 years. So
it's gonna be fun to see. Let's take a break for a minute. I gotta use the restroom.
Oh, taking a break.
Yeah, and then we'll go on to the last division.
All right.
All right, guys. Sorry about that. We are back. I apologize. So we're going to jump into, what is it, the NFC South.
There we go. Last division.
And we're going to talk about this division, which is probably the most wrecked division right now. Do they even have a quarterback in this division that's like proven starter even right now? Because you got...
I know, you just talked about Jameis.
Is he a proven starter?
He's a UFA. Jameis, that's why I said there's not a guy that's actually signed right now.
No, Buccaneers, Panthers, Saints, Falcons. Nope.
So Desmond Ridder is probably the only guy that's under contract, and it's because he's a rookie. There's no proof here. So let's go Bucs first place team. This team is a mess. They've got the 19th overall pick, the 51st.
You know how much
Tom Brady retired.
Oh yeah.
They need a cornerback edge. I mean, this team literally needs everything except for an offensive line.
They need everything. And they have zero money. They have negative $55.9 million.
They don't need a running back. I do.
Leonard
Fournette did not retire, which is yet.
Yeah, yet.
But he did. He pretty sure he came out and said like a while back that Tom Brady's gone. I'm gone. But I could be wrong.
Well, right, because Tom called him and was like, "Hey, man, come on back."
And they signed him for 3 years, so he's still under contract for the next year, I think, after this year and next. So this year being 2023, just an FYI. We will always continue to reference this year since the Super Bowl's over as the 2023-2024 season, so that'll be this year.
Oh man, this is gonna be
rough.
It's hard trying to find the money, dude.
Why don't you give me? Do you have their free agents?
Yeah.
Right off the top, what do we got for their free agents?
So I mean, they say Brady's a free agent, but maybe come back.
Brady's retired unless he does this bullshit again.
Julio, which I don't think. I mean, he's 34. Blaine Gabbert, Kyle Rudolph, one of the guards, Aaron Stinney, tackle Josh Wells, Gio's gone, Bernard, Rashad Perriman, Nick Leverett, and Scotty Miller. So I look at that and I don't see anybody that is a need to re-sign. None of them come out to me and like, oh wow, we should really bring that guy back.
Well, Scotty Miller, but I think Tom Brady went out and got Scotty Miller.
Yep.
Scotty Miller's only 25 though.
I agree, but you have zero money.
Do you trade Mike Evans because it's a full rebuild year though?
I mean, do you lean full rebuild? I look at this defense, right? So look at the defense. They're free agents. Levante David, that dude's been a stud for you for how long? Akeem Hicks, William Golston, another stud.
Akeem Hicks though is 33.
I mean, Levante David's 33 too.
You went out and got Kyle Rudolph, and he was on a 1-year deal. So
I mean, yeah, but Kyle Rudolph's a tight end. Akeem Hicks is your D end on a defense that was actually really good. You're losing all these pieces.
Levante David,
your leader in the middle. Sean Bunting,
Carl Nassib,
Keanu Neal. I mean, you're losing. Carl Nassib's not. He's okay, but like, you're losing pieces. Jamal Dean. You're losing these guys, and they're all very good, and they're not even on.
Denard Avery.
They're not even getting paid, and you're still under $55 million. So
under 55 or over? Oh, you're saying if you cut all those guys,
all these guys are free agents.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So
none of these guys are re-signed.
You lost all of these guys, and you still are negative $55 million. That's not good at all. That's really, really bad.
Yeah.
You need serious help. So you almost have to lean full rebuild. I'm trying to cut dudes and restructure guys and to get them back in. You're going to be trading a lot of guys.
Yeah, I mean, there's been talks when Tom Brady left that Mike Evans might be gone. But who do they have a coach? Because they got rid of Leftwich.
Yeah, for the OC, I can't remember their OC.
I gotta look this up because I don't even remember when this whole team hinged on Tom Brady, right? The entire team, offense, defense, because who didn't get paid on the offense, it went to the defense money, and then the head coach essentially lost his job because they blamed the entire offensive production on the head coach, even though. Or Byron Leftwich. They blamed it on Byron Leftwich, the OC.
Yeah.
Even though Tom Brady still had over 5,000 yards and still had phenomenal...
And led the league in passing last year. I mean, get the
year before that.
No, it was last year.
No.
You sure?
Yeah, because Patrick Mahomes led the... That's what he broke a record.
In 2020, Patrick Mahomes led the league. 2021, Brady led the league.
This year's 2023. Remember, yes. I just said that.
Whatever. You know what I'm
So
talking
2 years ago.
about. Whatever. And then
I just want to stay
I know.
consistent.
And then Jameis Winston led the league in passing with Leftwich's OC2. All right, so
4,694 yards this year.
yeah, that's not slouch numbers, guys. That's pretty flippin' good. And their offense wasn't putting up points, and he's still. So, this team is in shambles. I would say they're in a worse position than Arizona.
So Todd Bowles still the head coach there?
I don't know how. I mean, like, it's not his fault that, their front office is so jacked around.
That's disgusting.
It's bad. It is really, really bad. You don't have a quarterback. You don't really have a defense. You lost starting DNs, your leader in the middle, and your running back, and your linebacker. Jesus, D tackle, starting second. I think your entire starting secondary is free agent.
Here's a quote.
What?
This is January 17th, 2023 from Todd Bowles. On Buccaneers 2023 offseason plans, never rebuild. You always reload. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers 2022 campaign ended Monday night in the blowout against Dallas.
Oh man, how do you reload? You have nothing.
Yeah, he's going to continue to be the head coach.
Oh man,
Todd Bowles. So,
buddy, I don't see it.
First, which worst of first to first to worst.
Yeah.
I think that team is the last place in that division. I see the Saints add any quarterback. Saints take a step forward. I think the issue with the Saints is zero consistency at quarterback.
I mean, I think the Falcons take a step up. And the Falcons don't have a defense either.
Falcons almost won first place.
Yeah.
So, and then what's Carolina? Carolina, that team has an easy win to the division, especially if they get a quarterback.
Yeah. I mean,
that team, they had the best defense that was young.
Yeah, like, let's look at...
Like, I think the average defense was like 30, we just said, on Tampa Bay. Their entire defense was old. I mean, and then you go to Carolina. Sorry, we're kind of bouncing around. Can you show me Carolina's draft picks? This is one of those divisions that no matter who we talk about, it looks bad. It looks bad.
Yeah. I mean, right, just looking at New Orleans. I mean...
So, Carolina has the 9th pick overall and the 40th. We've already talked about them taking a quarterback. Anthony Richardson could go here at 9. I think it's high. And then I think Carolina is one of my favorite teams to trade up and get a quarterback.
Anthony Richardson.
Unless they go free agent.
Which there are plenty of free agent quarterbacks. But they're all bridge guys for the most part.
Baker's not the guy because Baker's not coming back. Sam Darnold's not the guy. They've proven it.
Yeah, that's proven. And you finally got out from under that contract.
Now you can re-sign him, right, to a friendly contract, team-friendly contract.
But why?
Because he's a backup until you get your guy, right?
I mean, you're losing your center. Depending on how you view Deonta Foreman. I mean, Rashard Higgins is nothing.
Minshew? Just kidding.
Jesus.
I just wanted to be Ryan there for a second. Gardner Minshew right here, guys.
Sorry, I can't do it. I mean, like, the saving grace with the Panthers, their defense was very good.
I need more cowbell.
Well, that should be on here.
It's not. Is it?
Yep.
Maybe.
I've got a fever.
Guess what? I got a fever.
Guess what?
And the only prescription is more cowbell.
More Minshew.
More Minshew. I look at that, and I think their defense is going to be okay for the most part.
They're young.
They are young.
Foreman's there. I thought he was a free agent.
He is.
Okay, so they have to figure out what's going on with Foreman or draft running back.
I think. Oh man, I don't know. This team, you got to.
They don't have a running back outside of Foreman.
No. Look at Chuba. You don't like Chuba? Chuba Hubbard?
No.
I don't either.
I think they didn't like Chuba.
Yeah, I agree. That's why they went and got Deonta Foreman.
Yeah, they played Foreman over him.
Yeah, they signed. Wasn't Foreman a free agent? They didn't.
I think so.
Yeah,
but they played Foreman over him.
Yeah.
And now Foreman, I think, can get a contract for young, a prove it deal.
Sure.
Like a 2-year, $15 million or $20 million. Sure. I think 20 is too high.
Yeah, it is.
But a 2-year, $15 million deal, I think Deontay Foreman kind of proved that he's worth some money.
Yeah.
And Deontay Foreman might be a good check down for anybody you bring in at a quarterback.
I mean, right, if you want to bring Sam Darnold back, he's familiar with the system, yada, yada, yada. go grab
I
Taylor Heineke?
I guess you can. I like Taylor Heineke in this situation because he's a good bridge guy.
Do you really? You just saying that?
No, I agree with you. I agree with you on this because
I think
he's a good bridge guy, right?
Fitzpatrick light.
And you're not going to have to pay him much money. You're going to have to pay him a prove-it deal, right? It's probably 1 year, $18 million. And I get that sounds like a lot of money.
Even like a 2 year, 36, 38. Because you don't want to give him 20.
What is?
But like if you do that, right, you give him a 2 year opt out after 1. But like it's your little prove it deal, right? So like that works. This offense isn't awful. They just still need a little bit of help. What are you doing with DJ Moore? Do you want to keep DJ Moore? Do you want to restructure DJ Moore? I don't even know what their cap is. I don't think they're in as bad a shape as like Tampa. Though they're $9 million on.
So they have him as $19.8 million is the average annual salary for him. So
really
for Taylor Heineke.
Damn, son.
So it looks like.
I mean, if you restructure DJ Moore, they put you in positives. You save $12.5 million. So I think they're going to do that.
I think a guy like Taylor, they're saying market value is 3 years 60. So, but if you want to prove it deal, I think 118.5 sounds good. Like, I mean, if I'm Taylor and I go, all right, I haven't had the job yet. No one's given me the job.
No, nobody.
If I go to Carolina,
well, he kind of did last year. He kind of had the job last year.
But Carson Wentz got put back in. Then it went to Sam Howell because he sat. He's like, I'm out. Remember?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So the question is, right? So he goes to Carolina. He's got DJ Moore, right?
Yeah.
You have the same receiver as Scary Terry. I would argue Scary Terry's better, right? I would say Scary Terry's better.
Okay.
But DJ Moore is, I would say, a big body downfield receiver.
DJ Moore's big bodied?
What is he, 6'3", 220? 200?
Is he really that big?
Nah, you got me double checking myself.
Is he that big?
You got me double checking myself.
No, this doesn't say. Hold on.
Yeah, say, hold on.
6 foot, sorry, 6 foot 210. Okay, so he's not that big. Okay.
He's still 210. That's actually...
He's not tall, though.
No.
So, okay. But that actually is... Now I got to look. Well, I want to see his catch percentage. His catch percentage is... It's okay.
What is it?
59.1.
That's not great.
It's okay.
That's way below average.
No, I think that's okay.
That's not great.
And he's only gotten worse.
Oh, no. They're going to build the offense around... Let's build the offense around him, though.
This past year, he's 53.4%.
That's not good, dude.
His rookie year, he was 67. He was 64. So in the first 2 years of his career, he played a lot better.
Yeah, but by year's end, he's gonna be 27.
Still a 1,000-yard receiver.
Oh, sure. Don't get me wrong.
He did not have 1,000 last year.
He's 88. I get that. But again, he had 3 quarterbacks last year.
And none of them.
Listen, I'm
none
just
of them top
888 yards with 3 quarterbacks.
Oh, come on.
And we're talking Baker.
They're
Sam Darnold 1 and Sam Darnold 2.0.
The team around this guy. I do not like that idea. I think that is very, very stupid. I think they're going to go Anthony Richardson at 9 and completely mess this team up.
Yep.
I think they should go defense and sign a free agent quarterback. Sign Taylor Heineke.
So you're on the same page as me, right? You and I are on the same page.
I think they're going to mess this up big, and I really don't want them to. Because this defense has actual potential to be good for a while.
I know, it's so scary.
And they're gonna shit the bed, and it's gonna piss me off.
All right. Well, we're gonna get more into this because I guess me and you kind of like the same fit.
Yeah, I think Taylor Heineke, which is funny. I didn't know you like Taylor Heineke. I think that's a really good fit for him.
Until you said it. I actually thought when you said it that was a great idea because
DJ Moore is similar to Scary Terry.
Not
Heineke
as big,
loves,
which I agree with you.
Loves Scary Terry.
But like Taylor Heineke's looking for a place to prove it.
Yep.
And I think this fits, and it doesn't hurt Carolina.
No, because he has a good defense. It puts him in a very similar situation.
Right, and you can pick your quarterback next year.
Yep.
You can draft Anthony Richardson late at 40 if he's there in the second round.
Or you could take Hendon Hooker later. I like Hooker.
Agree.
I like Hooker.
Hendon Hooker is probably one of the best, like you said, one of the best quarterbacks in the draft.
I mean,
barring injury.
Yeah. I mean, yes, is he older? Sure. 25. Okay.
But 25 for a guy that can play till he's 40.
Yeah.
Like the
knee injury
average
sucks.
average career of a quarterback now is almost 12 to 14 years.
Yeah.
So they're playing till they're 38.
Yeah, he'll be okay.
So you got him for 13 years.
We'll see. I don't think he's going to be good for combine. I mean, I don't see.
He
how
might
it
have
could
to
be.
have his own pro day.
Yeah,
But we'll see what
even with the
happens.
knee, that might not happen.
Yeah, we'll
But
see what happens. He might be able to do some throwing drills and stuff.
He might. Yeah.
But we'll see.
All right. Who's
Let's
next?
move on to the Saints
Oh, he's just screaming up there.
quarterback, man.
Uh,
They said it already, right?
I mean, yeah.
You didn't sign Jameis Winston. Andy Dalton was your fill-in at 35 years old.
and he's a free agent.
Running back has to move up.
Andy Dalton's a free agent. They have to.
No, running back doesn't have to move up.
How?
Because until you know what's going on with Kamara, you don't make a jump. Now, maybe you draft a running back in the third or fourth. You like at 72, you might take a running back, or at 41, maybe.
All of their
maybe.
free agents this year so far are receiver, running back, or quarterback. That's
Yeah,
all of their
it's
free
mostly
agents.
offense.
Yeah.
Most.
Well,
of their
no, that's all
defenses-
all their offensive free agents. There's four receivers, 2 running backs, and a quarterback.
Most of their defense is signed, though. I'm pretty sure.
I'm gonna look at that right now.
I'm pretty sure most of their defense is signed.
I mean, you're okay. So I mean, it depends on how you view these guys. Marcus Davenport, Bradley Roby, Shy Tuttle. I don't even know who the hell that is. I mean, so I don't know. It depends on where you are, right? Because their defense is pretty good too.
Davenport's a guy that I would kind of.
Yeah, I would also look for
figure out how to
Davenport.
keep Davenport,
No, I don't remember what their cap is, but I'm pretty
especially
sure
because he's young
it's not great.
and Cam Jordan's getting older.
Oh yeah, no, negative $52.3 million.
Where is that? Most of that's Cam Jordan. Oh, it's right. I forgot Lattimore's making stupid money.
There you go.
Gone.
Problems.
I don't think he can be gone.
Nope, you got to restructure.
2025.
Saves you $10 million. There you go,
Yeah.
up to 44 or negative $44.5 million. Wow.
Yeah, Lattimore is huge. I forgot they are paying their offensive line pretty good too.
Yeah.
But then Kamara's making money. Now you might save money if Kamara gets suspended.
I mean, yeah,
Well,
but it's not going to be.
I mean, he doesn't get charged.
Well, no, that doesn't matter. If he gets charged or doesn't charge, he's still getting a suspension from the NFL. They've proven that no matter what the courts say, the guy gets a suspension. So I guarantee Kamara's looking at probably a 4 to 6
Yeah.
minimum. I would have to say 6.
I would say 6 to 8.
I don't even care if he's right or wrong in what he did. I would say 6 because the NFL's been cracking down on everything. So let's just say he gets a 6-game suspension, appeals it to a 4. 4-game suspension. I don't have my calculator out.
I don't know.
Well, hold on. I'm figuring it out really quick. 4-game suspension, $19 million.
I have 7 dudes restructured on the Saints, and we're still at negative 11.6. Like, you're going to be cutting dudes. You have cap casualties coming.
All right. That saves him $4.5 million. If he gets a 4-game suspension.
Still negative 0.7 or negative 7 mil. I mean, it's just not it. Sorry.
Michael Thomas.
You can't restructure him because he already did. So you
Is
got to
Michael
cut him.
Thomas a huge cut, or a trade? Is he a trade guy?
Trade.
Yeah, I mean, you got to try and grab some value, so I would try and trade him.
You have to trade. Ooh, you can cut. No.
Yeah, see, this is another Buccaneers situation. You have a good defense. You want to keep that nucleus. Your offense can be good. You're a quarterback shy. You're half your receiver room. Most of your receiver rooms is unsigned. You are gonna be in trouble.
Wow, this sucks.
You got a lot of cutting to make. You're gonna be paying some premiums.
And you're paying the Honey Badger still good money.
Yup. So like, you're gonna be hurting.
Why are you paying so many people so much money?
See, this is it, baby.
Oh, you know what? Who's gone? I hate to say it. Taysom Hill's gone.
Taysom, I think they have to restructure him. I don't think they can just cut him.
No, so this is actually incorrect. Let me read this for you. Taysom Hill signed a 4-year contract with the New Orleans Saints, including $21.5 million guaranteed, and average annual salary $10 million. In 2023, he will earn a base salary of $9.9 while carrying a cap hit on $13.9 and a dead cap of $23. Now, keep in mind, when he signed this contract, here it is. Contract notes, roster bonus, $9 million. Salary fully guarantees, injury guaranteed now. That he has incentives every year.
Yeah.
And then I'm pretty sure the team has an opt-out. Like, they can re-look at his contract every single year.
Potential 2024 is what
I know that. But
Yeah.
So if you look at the contract notes, it's
Yeah.
like a freaking page long.
Oh, okay.
So, like, I'm pretty sure when I saw his contract notes back when it was originally signed, he's paid like a quarterback, but the team has the potential to reevaluate his contract every single year.
Watch him cut him, and he's going to go to Denver.
No.
That would be funny.
Tim
Tebow.
You want to bet? Chipotle bet.
Hey, but he's not.
Chipotle bet.
He's not going to do what Russell could do.
No, he's not. I just said go to Denver.
Yeah,
Sean Payton's the only reason that dude's in the NFL.
And you have to keep in mind, like, he has to, in order to make the money he makes, he has to 70% of snaps, 70% of this, 600 rushing yards. Like, he has to get paid good money. And, dude, he's got Super Bowl incentives.
John.
So, like, everything's incentives for him.
John, Chipotle bet. If he gets cut, he goes to Denver. Chipotle bet.
I can see that. I definitely can see that.
I like double chicken.
No.
White rice.
All right, so last team, right? Atlanta.
There he is.
45, 76, 111.
Heavy
114.
defensive help. Now, that's all under the presumption that we like what the offense is potentially going to do next year.
No, that's under the presumption that, one, I didn't change the text font style. It's bothering me. And you notice the difference?
Uh-huh.
And then, two, like, they need defense. They need edge, they need D-line, they need cornerback. They still need a receiver. I have a receiver in there. I have running back there, even though they got Tyler Algier.
They got two studs going on free agency. Okay.
Who?
Oh, they got three of them, sorry.
Who, studs?
Olamide Zacchaeus.
Oh, stop it. You're just...
Demir Bird. Okay, and Kadero Hodge.
Demir Bird's 30, I told you.
Yeah, that's all right.
And Kadero Hodge is also 29, 28.
He's 28. They're positive 56 million. Honestly, they have the best route forward. If they go and get
Derek Carr.
D-Hop.
Derek Carr.
Michael Thomas.
D-Hop going to... Ooh. No, Michael Thomas.
Not in division.
They won't trade him in division, but they might cut Thomas. I don't know
They're
what that...
not
I don't know
cutting Thomas because they still take a hit. It's like a $10 million hit.
Oh, okay. Well, then, yeah, they can't... They literally can't afford it.
So I say
D-Hop?
Derek Carr, D-Hop.
Ooh. D-Hop D-Hop would be a good fit. Could you imagine that? D-Hop with, what's his name?
Drake London and Kyle Pitts.
Hey, if they release Thomas, it is 2023 dead cap 11 mil, 2024 dead cap 14 mil. So they take a huge cap hit next year.
Man.
If they release him, they're not going to release him.
No, they're not.
If they trade him pre 6-1, how about this? If they trade him post 6-1, they still take those cap hits, and then they only save $1 million on cap. So getting rid of Michael Thomas makes no sense.
I think so.
But I like D-Hop here. This is a D-Hop spot.
Yeah. I didn't even think of that. It's a really good spot.
Especially because, like you just said, they have all that money to free up stuff.
Yep.
But I also think this team needs to be careful with that money.
Yep.
Because you can roll that money into the following year, and if Ritter's not the guy,
yeah, you're going to need it.
You're going to need it. And you got to pay Kyle Pitts eventually.
Yeah, that's true.
If he comes back healthy.
I think he will.
So, and Tyler Algier, I think they need a running back. I like Tyler Algier. I like Algier, but Cordero Patterson helped Algier out.
That's I mean,
Can't deny that.
That's hard. That one's I don't know. I think they're going to restructure Jake Matthews and Grady Jarrett anyway, and they're going to come up 18 million. They're going to go up to 70 million in cap. And I think they're going to build that defense because what's his name? Who the hell's their coach?
Is this a team that could trade for an edge?
Maybe. If they do it right, they can just pick up some of the old dudes from the Eagles, pay them cheaper, rebuild. Grady Jarrett's a roasty tackle.
I don't think you want old guys here. I think this team wants young.
They can draft young at 8.
So it sounds like what you're saying is maybe trade up. From 76 back into the first.
I could. Well, maybe I could see that. They might be able to get Foskey at 45 out of Notre Dame. He might drop, and I don't dislike Foskey, and he can also play inside. So, man, I don't know. I don't hate this.
Who does Atlanta have online?
The defense. So they're losing. I mean, honestly, all the defensive guys they're losing to free agency. None of them really produced last year anyway. None of them really did anything.
So they got Richie Grant, safety. Oh, they got Devontae Moffat.
Who?
Moffat, last year's safety. I actually liked him coming out of the draft. Moffitt, however you want to name him.
They have building blocks. which is crazy to say. They have a bunch of money. They can make even more money. They can really, honestly, if Ritter is half as good
I
as
forgot they got Caleb Huntley.
That's
Maybe
a good
they
one.
don't need running back.
They could do something. They could do something. I think the Falcons are the best one to move up here. I think the Falcons win the division this year.
I would say I think they have the ability to win the division
I
just
think so,
because
too.
they have the cap space to
Yep.
make moves.
Yeah, so
They're paying their guard $13 million, Chris Lindstrom.
So you're saying edge defender, right? All teams, free agents, edge defender.
Yeah, they don't have an edge.
No, they don't.
They
So
got
you're
Tyquan Graham.
you're looking
and
at
Amani Bledsoe.
Yannick Ngakoue. They could pay him a bunch.
Are you looking at free agent edges right now?
Yep. They could go for Clowney if they want to sign a guy. If they want to do that.
I don't know. Based on what Clowney did, I don't know if anybody resigns him.
I don't disagree.
I think he pretty much showed I come before the team.
I could see them signing like a Larry Ogunjobi though, a dude that he can shed block in the middle. He may not tackles,
but they have tackles. They need ends. They have tackles.
I mean, I could see Robert Quinn going there. I could see him. I know he's older.
I like Quinn going there.
I mean,
I think he's a
Graham's
guy that
older.
you
I
can
would
build
pay
around.
Graham before I paid Quinn though.
I think he's a guy, but I think Quinn's a guy you can build around.
Quinn's almost 38 or 33. He'll be 33 by the season start.
Yeah, but I'm just saying you could build around him, like bring in some young guys, teach him.
And Grady Jarrett's 30. So like you got a small little window to do something here.
I think they have a window. I just think they have to choose. Do you spend the money here, or do you figure out?
God, man, them trading for D-Hop.
D-Hop works here
D-Hop
because
does
they need
work
a
here.
receiver.
Yeah. Well, they need a helping hand for Drake and for Kyle Pitts.
And they need a guy that can run routes.
And
Drake's
D-Hop.
downfield, Kyle Pitts downfield.
I mean, yeah.
Those are both downfield guys.
Oh, Drake. I could see this. This would
It's
be
funny.
good.
All the stuff we've looked at. This is the first time I've actually D-Hop fits.
D-Hop does fit really well in
D-Hop
Atlanta.
fits.
Damn.
They have the money to take on the contract, and I don't. Can I see their picks one more time? Because they're gonna have to trade a pick.
You think so?
You can trade Tennessee's pick.
Oof. I mean, why not?
Is that a fourth? 111? Looks like a fourth.
Yes.
Yeah, it looks like it.
So you could trade both fourths and take on the contract, and boom, you got D-Hop. I think that's too much.
2 4s for D-Hop? I agree.
At 31, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe not. I don't think so.
I don't-
If you're just taking on D-Hop for 2 fourths, maybe not. That might not be that bad.
Oh, man. That changes that offense drastically.
Yeah, and then you can go straight up defense. 8 defense, 45 defense, 76 defense. Go edge, D tackle, because you're gonna get you want the best edge at 8. Whatever you got there at 8, take the best one.
It'll probably be Miles Murphy.
And then D tackle at 45, and then or maybe cornerback, depending on if the best cornerback's on the board, and then go D tackle at 76 because you already have a D tackle.
Yeah, Grady Jarrett's very good. So I remember when he was coming up, he wanted a contract. I wanted him to come to Cleveland so flipping bad.
All right, man. I like. You know what?
That's good.
I'm gonna have some fun Atlanta talk this offseason.
There you go.
Me and you were kind of all over. We like this one.
I
We like this one.
I like Atlanta a lot.
All right, that'll be it for today's show. I know it was a long one for anybody that stayed here, if anybody's even here. I appreciate it. But that being said, I think we are going to head out here today.
Yeah.
I know that Wednesday we're going to try some off-season talk. I think what we're going to do is jump into the NFL draft a little bit. You want to do a mock this Wednesday?
Want to do a mock on Wednesday?
I think we'll do a mock Wednesday, and then Saturday, I think what we're going to do is we're going to jump into the tackles, the offensive tackles.
We'll do tackles. Do you want to do tackles and tight ends?
On Saturday?
Yep.
Yeah, I think we'll do tackles, tight ends on Saturday, and then we'll make sure that we'll do a first-round mock
Yep.
on Wednesday. We'll get whatever news is upcoming, talk about, apparently we need to figure out what OCs are finishing in Tampa Bay because we don't know anything about Tampa Bay. We gotta look at Tampa Bay.
Yeah, we got to look at Tampa.
So yeah, first round mock on Wednesday, news, rumors in the NFL, and I think that's about it on this Wednesday.
A little bit of Johnny's meme wall.
Yeah,
Of course.
yeah, we'll see what humor there is out there in the world, if there is any left.
There
I have some stuff stocked up, so.
you go.
Yeah, we do have some wild off-season talk still with
Yeah, we do.
players kind of flying everywhere. So, I say your buys for the day, Johnny.
Everyone stay healthy.
That damn
Speaking
mic.
of you,
Stay safe on the weekend and enjoy.
all right. How about you, Steve? What's your takeaway to this weekend?
Thank you all for being here. I know you're not here, but I appreciate you and I love you anyway. So we appreciate your support. Like, subscribe. We love you guys. God bless you. God bless your families. We'll see you Wednesday.
All right, and that's it from me. You guys heard it from me. Guys, peace out. Have a wonderful weekend.